unedited, tell the truth, and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, boy. All right, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is your boy Martin G, aka the Crime Chaser. I am live, uncut, and unedited. And we're gonna have a great show tonight. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're gonna put the phone call log up, and we're going to make it happen, people. We're gonna make it happen tonight. All right, I'm live. Make sure you tag somebody. Tag somebody. If I didn't call you, if I didn't text you, I need you to tag someone. All right. All right. Come on in. Come on in. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I'm glad to be living in the land of the living. God could not have chose no better time to put me in. In the year of our Lord, 2025, I'm glad to be here in the land of the living. As the church folks say, clothed in my right mind, all my ligaments is working. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Don't have a lot of money, but I got health and strength. Thank God. All right, people. It's a lot going on in our city, and Trump has declared that he's going to come here. Well, he's planning to come here in the city of Chicago. And this is one of his next stop. And Chicago is really probably split down the middle, that the National Guard should be here. And we're going to explain what are the duties of the National Guard. We're going to explain the duties of that. Now, as you know, I am a Democrat, but I vote the way I vote. So, well, you said, well, Martin, what are you talking about that? I understand both sides. I know some of my brothers and sisters that look like me and say, well, it's just going to be an attack on black folks. And I might agree with you. It might just be an attack on black folks and also on the immigrants as well. I might agree with you. But then on the flip side of it, what is it that we want? Do we want high crime? And we know that crime is down. Some of you get at me and say, crime ain't down, Martin. It's down compared to last year. It is. But it can be even lower. Now, Washington, D.C. set the stage. Basically, Washington was the testing ground for the troops. All right? So we've heard yesterday that our dear sister, black sister, mayor of Washington, D.C., she declared that there was an 87% in carjacking. And we know why that number was so low. Due to the troops, the ATF, the FBI, the ICE, and other federal funded agency. Maybe the Homeland Security as well. Now, the National Guard is there to protect federal property. Real talk. They said, well, Martin, whose side you on? It's not a matter whose side I'm on. I'm on the side what's right and what's best for our people. And if the president decides to send the troops, deploy the troops here in the city of Chicago, in the state of Illinois, and if it can save one black young man from getting killed, it's a win. It's a win for me. If we wasn't killing each other the way we was killing each other, where we are killing each other, now I'm talking about the ones that have been caught, not the ones that have not been caught. And most of the time, not all the time, if a crime happens, a violent crime happened in the community and a person get caught, majority of the time is at the hand of another black person. Some of these mothers are upset. Some of these fathers are upset. Some of these grandfathers and grandmothers and cousins and uncles and sisters and brothers are upset. Something has to be done. Somebody said, Martin, I'm paying a mortgage and I'm scared to come out my door at nighttime. People are all standing in front of my house. And I worked so hard to get that house. And they just parking in front of my house. They throwing beer bottles and open condoms and tobacco products all on my lawn. They have no consideration when they park in front of someone else. People are tired. People are tired. The police department is undermanned. They short. The police can't be everywhere. Most of the time, with the exception of holidays, they are instructed you cannot take time off. Now, since we're here, Labor Day is coming up. And we all know here in the city of Chicago that Labor Day can be a deadly day, or that weekend. People, we have to be careful. Our children can't come out and play without worrying about getting shot. Now, there are a small portion of people that look like me that's about that life. And the question that I want to ask tonight, the panel, those of you that are in the chat tonight, what is it that you want? When I explained about the Bud Billiken parade, and I told them that it was a boxing match, everybody went home. And I considered that as being a win. And we know when a young black male or female gets shot down, gunned down like a dog in the streets, there are no winners on either side. A family got to come and bury and identify their loved one and bury their loved ones. In most cases, they lack an insurance. Now, I'm serious tonight. Now, I don't want you guys to get on here cussing tonight, making my ratings go down and down and saying the N word. All right? I don't want to hear the N word on here tonight, and I don't want to hear you swearing on here tonight. Let's have a civilized conversation without swearing. You don't hear me swearing, don't you do it as well. Follow my lead. Follow my lead. Now, I understand a lot of us are not Donald Trump fans. We're not, including myself. But what I can agree with some of his policies, some of his stance about the alphabet community. There's no three genders. There's only two genders, a male and a female. And I don't believe a man have business going into a bathroom full of women because he claiming that he's a woman. I still hold firm to that. I still hold firm that sex is between a man and a woman. And anything outside of that is anti-sex, against the very nature of sex. I still hold that God gave man and woman equipment to have sex, husband and wife. I still hold on to that. I still hold on my belief. I'm against abortion. Now I'm for women to make their choice. That's their body, but I'm against it. I'm against it. God is the life giver and he's the life taker. I am against black men and black women slaughtering each other in the streets. I'm against that. I'm against the gangs, the street tribes killing each other. Senseless violence. But also I am for self-defense when it's necessary. Well, Martin, what do you mean by self-defense? When someone is trying to take your life, you defend yourself. Now, don't go out there and shoot somebody because they said something to your woman, or they looked at a certain way, or he cut you off on expressway or whatever. Don't go chasing them down and start shooting up their car. I'm not talking about that's not self-defense. Self-defense is not, I ride past you, you mean mug me, I mean mug you. That's not self-defense, justification. All right? So people, this is a very serious conversation tonight, and it could cost some lives if the National Guards come here. It really could, people. I am considering the thought that it could be a bloodbath. Also, I'm considering thought that it could be a blessing for them to come here and help lower the crime rate right here. Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of burying your loved ones? Aren't you tired of worried about your teenage sons and daughters riding on the red line, the green line, the purple line, the brown line, and you don't know if they're going to come home or not? Aren't you tired of sleeping light at night, but you afraid of you going to get that call? You said, well, Martin, what are you talking about? That call to say that your child has been a victim of gunshot violence. Come to the hospital. There are many parents out here that's concerned. Some are good and some are bad. So I suggest you parents, if the National Guards come here, please get a hold to your sons and your daughters. Please, I beg of you. You know you got a son that's a hot firecracker. He's always confrontational with you and with the police and with anybody on social media. Get your son. Get your son. I would hate to hear about your son being slaughtered. I would hate that. Get your son. Talk to your daughters. Somebody said, well, Martin, well, if the National Guard come, they ain't gonna do nothing but go in the house. And that's a good thing. And as Cousin Ronnie says, at least we know that they know right from wrong. They can't use that excuse. So if we can save some young black men, some senior citizens, and some women from getting shot and killed or carjacked, it's a win. It's worth every bit of it. Imagine this, people. Imagine Chicago going 30 days without one gunshot fired, without one murder, without one carjacking. Imagine that. Somebody said, well, Martin, I work in law enforcement. I wouldn't want that because I'm going to lose my job. They're going to start laying off. Martin, I'm working under a violence prevention grant. They probably won't renew my grant if that happened. See, now this is the true test. Are we putting profit over people or people over profit? What are we doing here? What do we want? Are we so in love with violence that we're afraid for someone to come in our house to help us out? Now, let me explain something to you guys. And most of you guys gonna understand where I'm coming from. If you taking government assistance, the government gonna have a say-so in your life. Whether that be by a grant, food stamps, SNAP benefits, he's gonna have a say-so in your life. Now, you can't be like that woman that wants you to wine and dine her, love on her, help her pay her bills, but her children are off limit for discipline. You can't be that now. And that's the way we acting here in the city of Chicago. We receiving government money, government funds, but we don't want the assistance from the government to curb some of these things that's going on here in the city of Chicago. There are many people that have lost their lives and never got justice. I want some of you and go and talk to them, some of them bereaved parents that's still bereaving, that's still hurting over their son, and over their daughter, over their nephew, whatever. And tell them, you don't want Donald Trump to come here. Now, let me explain something to the black people. And this is just my opinion. Now, I believe that Trump is a racist. No, let me go further than that too. If you're a white person living in this country, it's nearly impossible not to be, almost nearly impossible not to be racist. Because everything is ran and controlled by the dominant white society here. Oh yeah, I'm going deep here. That same racist company that you work for, write your check. That racist police department that you work for, keep you employed. That racist city job that you have, it keeps you employed. That racist boss that you know that don't like people that look like you, keeps you employed. Black people, are we looking for acceptance or liberation? Which one are we looking for? We just want to be accepted or we want to be liberated? It's your choice. It's our choice. We can't cry with this fake pain. Fake pain. We cry for about a week or two, then everything go back to normal. I love being black. Black love, black unity, black power to the last hour. Race first, I'm still black. Who cares if a white man don't like us or me? Who cares? There's no legislation that they can present to make someone like you or just to accept you at all. I'm talking real tonight. Let's have a real honest conversation. Do we want the violence to decrease, or do we want the violence to increase? And some of us have to learn a lesson. We can't ride the red line. It's a problem. Somebody lighting up weed, smoking weed. We know weed is legal, but it's illegal to smoke it on a public transportation platform or on a public transport, such as the L, the train. What do we want, people? What do we want? What do we want? I'm the crime man. I expose the crime. I've been exposing the crime for the last 8, 9, 10 years. We see it. It exists. We want the government funds, but we don't want the government telling us nothing. We can't have it our way. This is not Burger King. You know, once we accept these government funds and these grants and all that, they coming in. And we know they make the rules, they bend it and break it. I'm telling you, people, I'm being honest. I'm being honest with my only one soul. We need some help, people. We need some help. And I still believe that crime is down comparing it to last year. Really. But it can be even more down. And I say to every parent out there that lost a loved one due to gunshot violence, you have my condolence. I'm praying that you get justice. Some parents have not got justice for their loved one. So the question is tonight, what is it that you want, Chicago? Do you want things to continue the way it's going, or you want to try something else for a change? In our world, in the conscious world, we say, if you won't change and you continue to do the same things over and over, that's insanity in the conscious world. What do we really want, people? What do we really want? Do we want this shooting, gang banging, drive-by shooting, kidnapping, carjacking, snatching and grabbing? What is it that we want, Black community? Get out of your feelings. How you feel about the orange man? How can these troops, if they come, how can they help us here? And I'm only concerned about Black people right now. Black people, we don't have no friends. No one likes Black people. Even some Black people don't like Black people. Yeah, I said it. I'm telling the truth, and shame the devil tonight. And I appreciate you guys coming on here tonight. But I'm going to open up the phone lines, and I want you to call in tonight, and 872-299-0808. Tell me, I want to hear from Chicago tonight. I want to hear from Atlanta. I want to hear from Memphis. I want to hear from Chicago. I want to hear from Washington, D.C. I want to hear from wherever Black people are here in the United States. Memphis, New York, Cincinnati. What is it that we want? We say we want help, but when the help comes, we don't want it because the person that's doing it, we don't like them. What would you do? And you drowning in deep water and a racist white man throw you something in the water so you can hold on to it. Would you rather die or be pulled to safety? It's your choice. It's your choice. Your choice. I'm looking for some calls. 872-299-0808, people. I want to hear from you tonight. I really do. I want to hear from my people tonight. What is it that you want? What is it that you really want? What is it that you want? I'm telling you, people, I'm finna put the numbers up on the screen, and I need somebody to call in and talk to me tonight, because I made a point tonight that I want us to live. I'm tired of seeing bloodshed. I'm tired of looking at y'all fighting in Walmart. I'm tired of it. It's not normal to live the way some of us living. It's not a badge of honor to grow up to be poor living in these communities. It's not. It's not, people. This is not normal. You can't step out your door. It's not normal. Chicago, talk to me. LA, talk to me. California, talk to me. What is it that you want? You tell me tonight. Explain to me. Convince me. What is it that you want? You want things to remain the same, or you want to try for a change? And it may have to take some lives to get it where we want it to be. Ain't none of us here forever. I got a caller, and I'm curious what this caller has to say. Hey, caller. Hey, caller.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? What is it hey, how you doing?
Good.
What is it that you want? Talk to me.
I'll tell you this is what they need. Chicago need help, because these kids need to live, be able to grow up and to live a normal life. There's no safety. People got to live in fear. They need help with them National Guards and whoever else they can get, because these young people just running amok there. Everything is out of control. Johnson, I don't know where the hell he live at, but if this shit was going on in the community where he was at, they'll do something. They need help, because these parents, they out of control too. They need to get their kids in control. Back in the day, at 10 o'clock when we was a kid coming up, they had an advertiser come on TV. Do you know where your kids at? So you better have your ass in that house before sundown got in. People need to go back to being real parents and get control over their kids and quit letting the kids run the household now. That's what's going on. But I don't think Chicago trying to stop no crime. They lying about crime is down. How is crime is down and when they shooting and killing all day 24/7? They need those people there to prove a point. And they need to know what they need to suffer some consequences for their actions. They too soft on crime there. And that's all I got to say. But we do need help. Whether they like Trump or whatever, I don't like him either. But we need his help. They need help.
Okay.
If they got them in Mississippi, I was born and raised in Mississippi. They had them on the ground there since May. If they can have the National Guards in Mississippi, they damn sure need them in Chicago, because they doing the same shit they doing in Chicago.
All right. Okay. Got to watch the language. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
but it's
sorry.
good. All right. Because, people been cussing so much lately. Remember, our little ratings been going down. I got to get on.
I forgot, I forgot about the LCC. I'm sorry,
right, okay.
Sir.
All right. But listen, so you saying that you are in agreement that he should deploy the troops here in the city of Chicago. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Most definitely correct.
And like you said, you're probably not a fan of Donald Trump, but we need some help. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes. For the last several years, we've been needing help. When they wanted to send him in there, when Laura Lightfoot was there, she didn't want it, because she said she didn't want the black young men to be thrown in the paddy wagon and getting beat up. Well, then you ain't trying to do no with them killing our young kids and killing senior citizens, shooting up innocent people.
Mm-hmm.
And then all you hear is we didn't catch them. No, because y'all ain't trying to catch nobody.
Mm-hmm.
They need some help.
Mm-hmm.
They really do.
All right, people.
They really do.
All right. Listen, people. Listen, sister, I appreciate you calling in. I want to hear from more people to call. You can hang around, sister, if you want to. I need more callers. The number's on the screen.
I'm gonna go back on the line.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we got another caller calling in. Okay.
Okay.
Uncle, thank you. What is it that we want, people? Do we want help or do we don't want help? What is it? What is it? What do we want? Y'all tell me. Tell me, what is it that you want? This is live, uncut, unedited. We got a caller. I think that might be old time. 224. Come on, caller. What is it that you want?
Oh, old time.
It's old timer. Old timer?
Yes, sir.
I'm finna throw something back in your face what you threw at me. When I first started coming, you said, Martin, I'm beginning to believe that black people like all this violence. And I strongly disagree with you. Now I'm telling you, old timer, when you told me that 2 or 3 years ago, I denied it. I didn't want to hear it. But now I am in agreement with you on that. I'm starting to believe that we like what we in. I'm starting to believe it. That's just my opinion. You know, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. But I want you to comment. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to see, old timer? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for your program and you reaching out to the community. And, you know, and I think, you know, we should embrace that and embrace it for the better, not just to get on here and talk about it and don't do nothing, but we need to have, look at the man in the mirror, which is ourselves. And I think each and every brother should start soul searching, whether they go to church or not. Whether they go to church or not, and start saying, what do I want?
Mm-hmm.
Because see, if you miss that boat in school, then you got a lot of trouble. You got a lot of trouble that's going to be following you because, you know, we have to have intellect and we have to be viable in this world. I mean, from the housekeeping job all the way up to the executive level. You know, we have to show ourselves to be diligent and dutiful. And people are counting us out on every hand. And I think we start to know it. You know, people turning up their nose when we come in to come and get the job. I saw it, and I got your question, Brother Martin. I got it.
I'm waiting on you to answer it too. Come on with it.
Okay, I got some information. That says there's certain people on the job that when certain people come with certain types of names, they put them over in a different rack and say, don't hire these type of people. That's mostly us. So we have a lot of things stacked against us. We don't know it, but we don't, you know, we turn to other things when we don't get maybe those jobs, even the small jobs. So we got some fellas that we can hang with that's going to help us make a move and try to get it done another way.
But old time, I got to cut you off, brother. You're going around in circles. Let me ask you a question. Let's get straight to the point. Do you agree or you don't agree that we in love with this mess that we in right now? What are we displaying? Do you agree with that? What we're doing right now? Do you agree with it? Do you think? I mean, you told me as an elder, you're my elder, and I respect you. But I'm beginning to believe
we do. I think we, for the most part, I think we do enjoy the set that we in. Just we want it for the short time, and we want it for the long haul. We want short time pleasure, but we want to be able to keep it going. So I think we do enjoy it, and we know that violence and different things come with it. So I think this is the area that we like to run strong in, because if it wasn't, then we doing stuff to people for menial stuff. You stepped on my foot. I just don't want to do right. You pushed me and we get shot. We doing things that normal people just don't do. And we don't mind doing it. We don't mind going in the restaurant instead of talking to the manager and say, well, look, I'm going to call the corporate office and get my money back. We go there and jump across the counter and throw the food in people's face. These are things that we like to do.
Okay, hold it right there. I agree with you. Not all of us. I agree with you. So we have the ATF, the FBI, ICE, Homeland Security, the U.S. Marshals want to come in and do some damage control, if I may say. Even though we are under a Republican president, which I am a Democrat, I believe that you are a Democrat. Now,
I am.
Do we refuse to help because we don't like this certain party or a certain person? Or do we just continue to go on with all the madness? Let it go on, jumping counters, snatching and grabbing, carjacking, shooting each other, robbing each other, flaming up weed on the red line, the green line. Do we continue with this mess, people? Something had to give.
We can't continue like this.
That's all. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to tell people. I'm black as they come, and I love black people. But something has to give, right, people. It can't keep going on like this. And let's listen. Most of the people that's grieving in Chicago, they died by the hands of another black person. Not all of them. I don't believe that black people are the only ones out here shooting and killing. Let's get that straight. But I'm talking about the ones that have been caught for doing a murder, a shooting. It's not the white people that's really coming in our community. The only way they can come in our community is to pay somebody that look like us to do damage. That's how they can come in our community. With violence. Let me go to the next caller. Well, go ahead, old time. I want to go ahead. I'm going to go to the next caller.
Well, I just want to say, I think with the same passion that we have,
okay,
fix our cars and put rims on them, we should have that same passion to take care of our neighborhood and take care of our children. A man has got to understand that those are his children.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to take care of his children. He's responsible taking care of his children. We have to talk straight talk to our children, to our sons, especially our sons. Because they're the ones that's going to be out there being leaders of their family.
Well, listen. Let me go. I got to go to the next caller, but let me go to the next caller. Let me just say this, people. Most of us, we always talk about how racist the Republicans are, and I believe they are. I'm not going to take the Democrats too. But if we can get something out of them, why can't we accept it? My God, a lot of us work for racist companies. We got racist bosses. I mean, everywhere. Some of us working in a law firm, racist. Some of us work in a public school, racist. Some of us work in a police station, racist. Some of us work in the fire department, racist. Some of us work in the water department, racist. Some of us work in the media, racist. Come on, people. Let me go to the next caller. Come on, caller, 090904. Hey, Doc. How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Bless.
I'm not going to be on here long.
Okay.
I got to help some people that I want to help.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, now, let me say this. we have the United States Armed Forces that actually mandates and protect the country from outside villains. We have all of the wars, China, Russia, all of these undergrounds in the water. They protect this country. Now, if they pull from that, now you're going to have to replenish to put more in the place of them. If they create another unit that knows how to do that, I'm constantly thinking about the original gangsters. You remember the movie that Jim Brown and Fred Williamson was in, and they had all of the trouble, and there was trouble between the dope dealers and the gangbangers. The church was in there, but the church tried to bring togetherness, which they tried to keep the peace, which ended up costing a lot of lives. If you create a special unit that can do some things within the community without having to use our military armed forces, you can get somewhere with the participants of the community. The community has to speak up of what's going on in their neighborhood. Look at what happened with Xavier Joy. The murderer still ain't been found. But what did we do as neighbors? We came together to try to help find out what happened to this young man. Why was Xavier Joy murdered? What was the purpose? What was the reason? You have a lot of young men who have problems and have not had a father in their life. And so you got it now where the kids are fighting on the L train and all this. If you try to replenish the police department, you're replenishing what we have. There should be something created, especially for the street. Because when you're talking about bringing in the United States Armed Forces, now you're taking from us, and you've got to replenish. That means having to go back to what they did back in the day of making these young men, when they turn 18, go right into the military. They don't have to now, but now you would have to. We need to keep our military to protect us. In our communities, we got a bunch of angry mama boys, disobedient kids that don't want to respect honor in the household, family. Disobedience brings what? Pain and torture. If you create a team that knows street and get the community to stop being afraid, we will not have to use what we need to protect us. Let's be honest, Martin. Let's cut the diamond according to the pattern. The veterans that serve the country stop us from being attacked. So if they're pulled from that area, now we'll open more wounds for attack from other countries that's trying to destroy America. You can create community teams. Like, you work with a lot of the street people. Okay, when they was talking about Jeff Ford, right? Is that Larry Hoover, Jeff Wyndham, they were saying get out of jail. If they teach them something, are they going to listen? We have a generation of young people that don't want to listen. They're not all of them, but there's some that are hard-headed as a rock. Create a community organization, make the community accountable, but that comes with our older persons wanting to adhere to the community. The older people want the job because it pays over $150,000 a year. But guess what? When you get robbed and mugged, what happened? They broke in my car 3 weeks ago. No type of, and stole the side of my car. I got to pay for all that stuff. And they need a bullet in their behind. Because you work hard to pay your car note and insurance. The community should come together and get an armed force team that will raid and take turns on ships and run them out of here. Because we need our armed forces. If we replace new people in the military area, we're losing our protection.
Well,
the community has to learn how to speak up.
Let me just say this, Dr. Sanders, and I hear you and I understand your concern and all that, but something has to be done, like right now. I mean, like really right now. I'm tired of filming it. I'm tired of looking. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of looking at these videos. Yeah. I'm tired. I'm tired of looking at these young black men running in Neiman Markets and going down there and just taking people's stuff. I'm tired of them doing drive-by shooting innocent people. I'm tired. I mean, something has to be done. And by the way, people, let me say this. I'm talking to my audience. Name me one president that was crazy about black people. Not one. Not one.
Not one.
Not one.
Not one.
Even the one that looked like you didn't do much. So I'm gonna leave that there and let y'all chew on that a little bit. Okay. Go ahead, Dr. Sanders. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, and I understand because I'm tired of seeing. That's like I can't stand the news. It's always, oh, this little girl got shot. This little boy got shot. We got all these families that's got all these weapons in the house. We didn't have to do all that stuff, Martin. You know, growing up, we didn't have all this problem. The biggest thing that shook us up in Chicago was when Ben Wilson got killed.
I remember that.
That was the worst thing that shook us up in the 80s. And when he got killed, there was a dark storm that came over the city because it was a senseless killing. And so many years after his death, now it's coming out why, who, what for, and all that other stuff. The community needs to step up. They need to step up because this is serious. This is why Black folks ain't allowed to go in certain areas of the white area. Why? Because they don't want the trouble. They don't want the trouble. When our communities stop playing and worried about this, that, and the other, be responsible and make your older persons accountable for cleaning up the neighborhood. This is ridiculous. And the laws for the Chicago Police Department, a lot of that has changed. A lot of that has changed. It was shoot first, ask questions later. SWAT team, not no more. Now you want to get the SWAT team, get the SWAT team up there.
Well, I want to educate. I want to educate you a little bit. Who's coming is the National Guard, the ATF, ICE, U.S. Marshal, and the FBI. They all are coming. Okay, they all are coming. So it's not just the National Guard as well. So that's what's coming.
Right. Yeah, my son is both my sons are in the military. But the thing about it is that, you know, it should not have to get to this point.
But it's to the point. It's to the point where it's just, listen, old timer, you know him. He's a man of God. You know him, Dr. Sanders.
Yes, I know,
he got on here a long time ago and said, Martin, we got a bunch of teenagers running our city. And I agree with him. I kind of disagree with that, but he's right. A bunch of teenagers is holding us hostage. You can't say nothing to them. They, you know what I'm saying? They stand in your face, talk crazy like a grown man. When you put your hand on them, I'm a minor now. Now you're going to jail. You know, come on, make it make sense.
They flip the script.
Yeah, make it make sense.
They need a good old-fashioned whooping with a switch and an iron cord.
But it's too late for that now, especially when they standing 6 feet tall, 5'7", 5'8". If you didn't get them when they was little, and I'm not saying little with a extension cord, but if you didn't get them when they was little, it's too late now when they standing 5 feet and 5'6". It's late.
Wait. What did you say? Go back to basics?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's why we got loose. That's why we got loose teenagers, because we have parents that do not apply discipline at all, period. They've not done that. So it comes from them. It's not just kids run out in the street. This stuff comes from home. Because Martin, you said this before, and you know you said it before, that you don't know your child until they walk out that door.
That's it.
Who they are.
That's it. Do the best you can.
You don't know who they are.
You don't know who they are. Just do the best you can. Just do the best you can. You don't know. You think you know.
You don't know.
You don't know. Listen, if we was a fly on the wall and just follow our children, we'll be surprised what we see and hear them do. It probably hurt us to death. And the first thing they'll say, no. First thing they'll say, we'll as parents, we'll say, he didn't get that from me. She didn't get that from me. She got it from her father's side. That I hear it all the time. But Doc, let me get Sarge, and I'll come back to you. Come on, Sarge.
Okay.
Real quick. Come on, Sarge.
Okay. Well, hey, when you the military come in, this and that, because we need our resources. Man, look, you could use the entire, if it was able, the whole military could handle this, and we wouldn't lose a beat in doggone the defense of this country. Trust and believe. You got hellified numbers of military people. They sitting around base. bored, training, think, well, why we keep doing this over and over? We ain't putting it into practice in real life. So they love to get them a little taste of some get down on the real. Trust and believe that. And ain't no outside forces from the United States gonna do a damn thing. Not on this soil, they ain't. I promise you that. But one thing that might get brought to pass is our oath of enlistment. When we solemnly swear to protect the Constitution of the United States and defend it against both enemies, foreign and domestic. In Chicago, you got what? Domestic enemies. They terrorists. They're terrorizing the regular city people. The regular citizen is being terrorized. You know, and if anything is listed as such, which it can be done, it's gonna be something else. Now I know it's something that you had said earlier, and about accepting the help. I could guarantee you, if Obama was president right now and he wanted to do it, it'd be accepted with no questions asked. None whatsoever. I land my plane right there, Mark.
Okay, thank you. But real quick, Sarge, tell us what the National Guard can and they can't do. Real quick.
Okay, the National Guard can stand as an extra set of eyes and ears and support all the other entities of federal law enforcement, but they can't enforce any laws themselves or even arrest people. They can't do anything. That's not in their doggone. Number one, it's against military regulation unless it's martial law has been declared. That's the big thing right there. It's against military regulation. And anybody can look that up and read it for themselves. It's that simple. That's the reason you haven't had like an extreme military intervention on American soil unless the president is really flexing their muscle and they say, well, Trump can't do this. Now, remember when you had the integration thing and them black kids supposed to went to the white school and the governor said, I'm going to stand in front of the door and they ain't coming in? And the president sent the 101st Airborne Division, not no National Guard. He sent the real meal money deal down there. You going to do what I say do. This is the law. And he backed down.
Okay.
So don't say what the president can't do.
Well, let me say this. Okay, thank you for that, Sarge. We got another caller coming in right now as I speak. What I want to say, is it a possibility that it might be a bloodbath here? I would say yes. Will they try to pull it? I probably would say yes. But sacrifices have to be made. If we can save some lives, that's all what I'm about. Saving lives. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about, Sarge. I want to see us come out and enjoy each other.
Hey, you 100% right.
Listen, prime example.
100% right,
prime
man.
example. 18 people shot downtown Chicago on North Side. You know what I'm saying? 18 people. That's ridiculous, people. 18. We just can't overlook that. No one has been caught. No one. A man sitting in his car talking on Facebook Live get robbed and killed or attempted robbery. So people, what is it that we want? We don't want the white racists to come in to help us, but we want their money though. We want the government assistance. We want the grants and the federal grants and all that, but we don't want the racists, as y'all say, to come in and help us. But let me go to the next caller. 206. Hey, 206. How you doing?
Hey, man, what's going on? Great show.
Thank you.
Let me ask you. Well, first of all, did you start the show with asking a question?
Yeah, I sure did.
Let me hear that question. What's that question?
The question is, what is it that we want? Do we want the help?
Oh, okay.
or we want things to remain the way they're remaining right now? That's what I'm asking.
Right.
I'm asking. I want the people to talk to me tonight. I don't want to wield my opinion or my thoughts or my expression. I want to hear from you guys. What is it that you want? Are you happy the way things are going in the Black community, in some of these communities? What is it that what you want? Go ahead, my brother.
Well, first I'd have to say that, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, and I'll answer your question as best I can and as sincerely as I can. But after that, I have a question for you. So I'm born and raised in the city of Chicago. Home is where the heart is. But I have not lived in Chicago in many years, even though I'm considering a move back to the city. But being spiritually and emotionally connected to the city as I am, what I want is peace. I want two things. I want peace on the street. Okay. I want the end of the suffering, the bloodshed, the violence. The other thing I want is I really want to know who's ultimately responsible for this, and I want for them to pay the full consequences for it. That's exactly what I want. Now, what does that mean? I don't have the intelligence, the understanding, and at this stage in my life, the wisdom to truly know 2020, what that looks like. But those are the two end results. I'll say that. Those are the two eventualities or end results that I would be looking for. Now, a question. I'm going to ask you a question, then I'm going to mute my line. I was talking to somebody about this today, about what might be the solutions to some of these problems. And Chicago is a city where I live. You can get guns. Well, they've tightened it up a bit, but you can get a concealed carry permit as easy as you can go to the drugstore and buy a deck of cards. It's real easy to do. And we have miscreants and we got a lot of problems here where I'm at. And a lot of them get shot by people with guns and concealed carry permits. And I was talking to a sister about this earlier today, actually. Today is Thursday. And do you remember a fellow by the name of, in New York in the 80s by the name of Bernard Getz?
Can't quite remember.
He was in the subway and some brothers came up to him and he claimed that they had been harassing him for days. And so he went and got a gun, and the next day he went down there, he saw him, and he claimed they said something to him and he shot him. It was a major story all across the country. But I'm wondering, if Chicago is not a gun-free zone, but nearly so, and to get a concealed carry permit to carry a gun on your person in public is difficult from what I understand. If that was freed up and some of these criminals, young or old, started getting shot by some of their would-be victims, do you think that would have, I hate to say positive, but a lessening, I'll say this, lessen the amount of robberies and assaults and murders in the street if the people that are perpetuating these crimes understood that there's a good chance that they get 3 or 4 bullets sent through their face?
Okay.
Do you think that would
Well, let me ask you a question. We do have conceal and carry here as well. Okay. We don't have open carry, but we have concealed and carry. Now, there are some cases that conceal and carry people have shot and killed criminals. Okay, so that happened, but on a small scale.
Okay.
So
yeah,
that is a possibility that could help. But we have some of the strictest gun laws here in America, in Chicago. Very strict.
Well, let me just.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but you said something. Someone, correct me if I'm wrong, or the person that I talked to on this issue was wrong. Someone told me last week that in the city of Chicago, that there are no gun stores in the city of Chicago for a citizen to go in and buy a firearm.
Not at all.
Is that correct?
Not at all.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Wait a minute. I get 2 different people saying 2 different things. Which one is it?
This is Mark Johnson. I just said you're correct.
Okay.
You're not. When I said not, you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Okay.
So if if they can have a concealed carry permit, then what do they have to do? Go out of state to get a firearm?
No, they can go
out of
like,
the city limits?
they can have little places right off the expressway. They had one in Riverdale, but they can have one, but not in the city. There's no gun stores in the city limits.
Okay.
None that I know
Okay.
of. Looking for my charger.
Well, last question for you.
Okay,
Last
come on,
question.
hurry up
Yeah,
with
you
it.
gotta hook that charger up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right. What percentage? I'm talking about black folks in the city of Chicago, west, north, south side, whatever. Do you think are willing to or actually do carry a gun concealed to protect themselves? I'm not talking about the criminals. I'm talking about people like you and me.
Mm-hmm.
What percentage of us do you think carries a gun to protect life, liberty, and property in the city of Chicago?
Okay, now I don't have that number, but I will say this.
Okay.
Again, Chicago has some of the strictest gun laws. I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, a conceal and carry person cannot, shouldn't have their gun in the park, in the public park, in a church, like on any CTA platform or on a bus or on a train. And if a grocery store have a gun symbol with a like a Ghostbusters no smoking sign, you can't go in there with that. Right. Also, if you have a gun and you dating or live with a felon, your gun should be secured in a lockbox with a fingerprint or something. Or if you ride in the car with a felon and you're the driver, your gun should be on the opposite side where the felon can't get to it. Okay, on the left side.
For law-abiding citizens.
Right, but I'm just saying, right. So there are rules. Yes, there are rules with conceal and carry. So listen. There are rules. There are rules that you have to follow. See, you have had people, conceal and carry people have been locked up, taken to jail, even sentenced. Because, you cannot, if somebody come in and smack you, that don't mean you can pull out your gun, shoot and kill them down. Shoot them down. That's not what that's for.
Sure.
They have to have an object.
Right. But if they
go ahead.
Well, that's what we're talking about. People getting shot, 18 people shot. So,
right.
Go ahead. I'll leave my line. Go ahead.
Thank you. Come on, Bill.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
I believe that the ATF, Homeland Security, the National Guard should come. Let's see what kind of results they get. But you mentioned that Chicago has some of the strictest gun laws and corrected 206 and told them there's no gun stores in the city limits of Chicago. Also, what as far as I can remember, what made Chicago one of the strictest places with the gun laws, in actuality, you can't own a handgun in Chicago.
You can now. You can now. Back then you couldn't, but you can now. You can now. But back then, before they hit the conceal, you can now, Bill. You can now. You can own a gun. You can own a handgun now. You can. It's changed. Trust me. You can.
But I strongly believe that we need the military here. Also, Joe mentioned that if more people are armed or something start happening to these assailants, do we think that that would have impact on the violence? I don't know. It might enhance the murders. That don't mean they're gonna stop. That means if they think you got a gun, they're gonna shoot you first, right off the top. In a lot of cases, it's a city in not far from Atlanta. SARS probably know of it years ago because my father lived down in that area, where it's mandatory that the citizens, I want to say Kennesaw, that is mandatory to have that everybody have a registered pistol or gun.
Yeah, I heard that.
Say. No, and they have almost zero.
Okay, to correct you on that, all of that's over with. when Georgia became the state of Georgia became a constitutional carry state, which Illinois is not. All you do, we don't register our weapons or anything. All we do is go to the gun store, give them our state ID. They do a simple background check that we're not a convicted felon. They sell it to us. We put it on our waist, load it up outside the store. We can't load it in the store. Put it on our waist, and we go on about our business. See, the thing, Chicago is not a constitutional carry city. That's the reason they have all those restrictions. You can have it on you, but it must be covered. You see what I'm saying? And that's a bad thing for women because they have these particular holsters. It looks like a waist trainer, but it's actually a holster. And the females could just strap that on, had a little sexy on, a sexy clothes, but have that readily available weapon.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
Remember the woman that got beat up? Remember the woman that got beat up in the slingshot?
Sarge, let Bill finish talking because we got a new caller. Bill, you want to finish talking because we got a new caller?
Okay, all right.
Go ahead to your caller.
Okay. All right, 3268. Come on, caller.
What's going on, Martin?
Hey, Mr. Roosevelt.
That is not my voice. What's going on?
That is your voice, Roosevelt. Roosevelt, that is your voice. We love you, bro. That's your voice, Roosevelt. Go ahead, Roosevelt.
I might have to do some voice training.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Put some bass in that voice. Go ahead. Go ahead, Roosevelt.
That ain't happened all this time. It ain't gonna happen now.
Okay.
But I called in or whatever because I had a little bit of a question because I know we're talking about like firearms.
Yes.
My whole thing, because I had a problem a couple of years ago. Because remember how you said, Martin, you just got through saying that, even if you are conceal and carry, just because you get into a fight and somebody might hit you or whatever, you can't just go and you just shoot them down or whatever.
Right.
So my whole question is, remember the whole old girl, the whole Carlisha Hood thing, where she got hit by a guy or what in the Maxwell Polish place on 116.
That was a political.
She get
listen, that was a political move. Trust me, and I'm gonna tell you how you know that's political. That was political pressure because she turned around after they dropped everything. She tried to sue Chicago. Then she just dropped the charges. So I guess they felt something that was political. Listen. In reality, her son shot and killed somebody, which I probably would have done the same thing. I'm just being honest. But he was wrong. It wasn't his gun. You can't shoot nobody. He was a minor, and he served no consequences. So that was a political move. That was political pressure. And I know where you're going, Roosevelt. Go ahead. You're right. Go ahead, Roosevelt.
I just don't feel that's right because I felt even then that was going to send the wrong message.
Me too. I agree with you.
Somebody else would do the same thing and thinking that they are going to get off just like what she did. I just don't feel that was right myself.
I said the same thing.
He might have punched her or whatever. No, I'm not going to take anything away from it. Yeah, he was wrong and bogus for doing it. But at the same time, just because somebody punches you, or whatever it is, like you said, you still can't take out your gun and shoot them down. But a whole lot of black people, they were taking her side, but yet the same black people will be because the thing is, when I guess old boy saw saw her son with the gun and everything, and he fired. The son did shoot him in the back because he was trying to escape. If a white police officer was in the same situation and had done that to a black person, people would be up in arms. But yet, just because it was a so-called black boy who did it, and a black mother or something, who first of all let everything only thing that she had to do was just stand in line and shut up anyway. No one is saying anything. They act like everything is okay.
I agree with you, Mr.
I don't get it.
I said this. I was just talking about that not too long ago, Mr. Roosevelt. I believe with Ronnie, and there should have been some consequences because it sent the wrong message to our young people.
I still feel it should be.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, just the
I
woman.
still
in the
feel it should
restaurant?
be.
Yeah, from the restaurant.
And
Yeah.
it would have been it would have
There's
been
a couple of years back.
consequences.
Go ahead, Bill.
It would have been some consequences in that same situation if it would have been a convicted felon and he was protecting his wife or child.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
would have went to jail.
Hmm. So I agree with you 100% on it, Mr. Roosevelt. I'm with you on that. It should have been some type of punishment and some type of consequences. It shouldn't have been just a.
But just because it's her and everything, and then I saw the whole press conference she had with her lawyers, here she was or something. You know, her son killed somebody or something. She didn't die. Her son didn't die. She had nerve enough to cry, talking about everything that ever worked for is just tarnished. I mean, what the? Oh, Lord have mercy. It blows my mind sometime, I tell you.
Mm. Okay, I want to ask you.
She crying. I don't get it.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let's get back on the topic real quick. We did deviate. Mr. Roosevelt, I want to ask you, man to man,
yeah,
what is it that you want to see here for Chicago? Do you want things to remain the same the way they are, or you want to see the troops being deployed here?
Oh, no. I've said the same thing these last 3 days or something. I've called in and listened to your show or something, and I'll still continue on if you be on 300 days after this. I'll still keep saying the same thing. I'm ready. I'm ready for them to be here. It should have happened last year, this time. Maybe much more before that. Because, you know, a whole lot of time, like I said, it's too much. I mean, I took a chance because I went to the first night of the Jazz Fest tonight. I took a chance and stuff and rode the red line. I had one guy, something weirded out guy, something across from me and everything, staring me down up there, looking at me or something. And then, you know, people, you know, steady walking by shouting, we, loud, blah, blah, blah. What do you mean? No, something needs to be done. And I know that we're not necessarily on that, but like I said, that sometimes, even though it might be a minor so-called crime, I feel that sometimes those minor crimes, it can lead to something bigger if you were to confront or say something to one of those people, and then you make yourself a victim, even though they made you feel uncomfortable. So it's almost like we just have to just take it, just have to suffer in silence. That's not right.
Again,
and the thing is, we're taking it from our own people.
Wait a minute, Martin Roosevelt. You mean to tell me they it's an open market, they yelling weed, rock, blows, or whatever on the L?
Yeah,
all the time,
me, it
Bill.
happened. I write these things every single day. I can tell you, we, loud. That's what you hear.
Square.
I mean, right. If I could count how many people did that to me tonight, passing on the train or something, I think at this point I'd almost be a millionaire.
Perfect for shoot. Yeah, telling loose squares is a federal offense.
So now something needs to be done.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's that bad. It's that bad. Something needs to be done.
Is one thing, but
so I'm ready.
And you know,
disregard and disrespect.
Brother, we got Brother Marcus, Brother Bill. Come on, Marcus. Come on.
Hey, Marcus.
You know what?
Marcus,
Hey, Roosevelt.
I got to ask you a question,
Hello.
Marcus. Let me ask you a question before you get started. What is it that you want, Marcus? Do you want things to remain the same the way they are, or do you want these troops to come inside here? It's up to you. I'm asking you. I'm just asking the community. It's no matter what I think. I'm asking what is it that you want, the community tonight.
I want to see a change. The teenagers in this city, as well as adults, both black and white, because it's going on in the white neighborhood too, it's out of control. Downtown used to be a good place to be. There was a time when you could ride the train, Roosevelt, and you didn't hear that. They was mugging people, but not at the level that they're doing it now. And Bill, yes, they be yelling rocks and blows. The train is an episode. You don't need cable TV up here. You get on the train, 1 minute, you on a nice clean cart. The next minute,
You on a comedy show, the next minute is a fight going on, and the next one is a stripper. It's a stripper set going on. It's everything on that red line. Martin called it the bloodline. I agree with him. The red line, bloodline, the dangerous line. I ride it. I hate that I have to ride it, but the carjacking is out of control. My friend just got carjacked 2 days ago. Yes, they need to bring in the National Guard, but they need to deploy the National Guard in the high crime areas, not just to protect the children. If you're going to do it the right way and do it fairly. Don't just be grabbing every black teenager you see, because all black teenagers ain't out there doing what they doing. The ones that's out there doing what they doing, they don't want the help. They don't want to go to the youth programs. They want to do what they're doing, and they know they right. They know what rights they have. They know they rights better than we do. Okay? And they think it's a joke. But yes, bring them in. But don't start mass killing people. Killing people ain't the answer.
But Marcus, Marcus, it may take that. It may take some bloodshed.
Yeah.
And seriously, I listen.
I feel the same way.
Parents, listen.
I welcome it.
Listen, parents, I don't want y'all to think I'm a double standard, but it may have to take that. And that's why when I was on here tonight, I'm telling you to get your children so this won't have to happen to them. Please get them. Please, male or female. Please get your rebellious teenager. Keep an eye on them. Trust me, because I know when these white folks come in here, they're not going to play. Because if they got a pistol, yeah, they're not going to play. I know it.
No,
the National Guard ain't no joke.
Doc,
no, they're not. Because what?
Go ahead, Doc Sanders.
Marcus made a point.
Go ahead, Doc. Then I'll come back to you, Marcus.
Made a point.
Yeah.
If you put them in the high crime area, yes, we could. I mean, that would be feasible. But my concern is the little babies who don't know anything like this become victims or casualties in that situation.
Oh well,
victims already though, Doc.
Thank you. They already the babies already casualties.
But what I'm
the way I feel about it, oh well.
Right, but the thing about it is that little ones. We're talking about the little ones that don't know any better.
Yeah, we know that.
That's what I'm saying. They're 67 years old that an experience seeing a person get shot. That's the norm these days. Or hearing about it.
You think?
What about that baby? What about that baby that got shot that the police officer took to the hospital herself because she didn't want to wait on the ambulance because she knew that was the time the little 2-year-old that got shot in the head. They already victims.
The thing about it is my thing is this: come up with a strategy, and it can be done. It can be done.
Don't gaslight. I don't want it to be done.
But is it too late?
Infants don't know nothing. So yeah.
But is it too late? Come on, Marcus. Marcus.
Let me say this. The strategy would be the police already know who the drug dealers are. They already know. They know. So now, if they coordinate with the police, the National Guard go to those problem zones, shut those dope houses down, make mass arrests, and if they have to, yes, Martin, if they have to shoot to kill, they're going to have to shoot to send a message. And
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Is that they are too lenient with these criminals. They're not harsh enough. They're too lenient. Everybody talks about the criminals, but they never talk about the effects that the victims go through. Everybody feels sorry for the criminals, but they don't seem to feel sorry for the victims. And right now, the victims are tired of being victims. People are tired of being hostage in a big city. You can't even enjoy Chicago without these other folks coming in areas, tearing up your neighborhood. They say, ain't nothing in our neighborhood. The kids done tore it up. That's why the park charged to keep the bad kids from coming in the gym, shooting it up. But that didn't work. But they charged. That's why they charge for you to play basketball in a gym now. thinking that was gonna divert the bad ones. But the bad ones the drug dealers can afford to rent the gym out. They can afford to rent out the pool. Bring something in here that's gonna that's gonna stop this crime. You ain't gonna stop it all because again, you got a spiritual thing going on. You got the devil and you got the God, and it's a battle going on, spiritual battle going on. But do something to stabilize what's going on in this city because Chicago is undefeated. And the police don't seem to have no real power.
Okay, can I say something? I want to say something, and maybe old timer. I want to hear from old timer too, the preacher man. Do you believe that our teenagers, I'm talking about in the city of Chicago, have us in hostage, in a sense?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all believe it? And tell me why. Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me.
I do, Martin.
Tell me why. Yeah.
Because, and I'm gonna speak on my personal experience. From the time I was able to navigate and ride the bus, get a car and drive a car, never had no limits to where I went. Do gang banging or whatever. I went everywhere. Right now, in the last past, I'd say 5 years or so, I'm not afraid of nothing, never have been. I'm apprehensive to the places I go. Very apprehensive. And I don't want to have a confrontation with a negative situation, whether it's carjacking or being challenged any kind of way, you know. But yeah, I'm apprehensive about where I go, including downtown. Go downtown and eat quite frequently, but not anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to say something real quick. I was trying to find a video. Do you guys remember maybe 10 years ago when they had a lot of police training, a lot of rookie police officers on 63rd walking up and down King Drive? Do y'all remember that? It was like 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. It was a lot of,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
I remember.
y'all remember that? Remember?
yeah.
Now they you know, they call themselves kicking butt, gonna kick butt, but they got into a shootout a lot of times with those guys over there. So exactly what happened right there on 63rd and King Drive, it can happen again with the troops.
Well, tell you put this in here and
The business stuff right
knock
there.
all of my. It's all over the place. Oh,
Mhm. Okay, y'all. I need Marcus, answer my question. I need you to answer my question. Do you feel or do you believe that our young people are holding our city in hostage?
Yes, I do. In a sense, I
Yep.
do.
Tell me
because
why.
What they're doing, their actions on the train, in the neighborhood, the carjacking, going downtown, and I'm not going to say it's just black youth, it's youth period in this city. Their action is putting fear in people. So when I say hostage, it's hostage. You feel like a hostage. You feel like some people are scared to walk out their doors, to go anywhere. Some people are scared to go downtown. You used to could walk around downtown with the camera out on your neck. You can't do that anymore. You just can't do that anymore. Even delivering people food, they call delivery people just to rob them. So you kind of feel like you're a hostage because the police, it don't seem like the police is doing anything. The legal system is not locking them up and slapping them on the wrist and let them back out. And they're doing the same thing over and over again. And as long as they know that they can get away with it, they're going to continue to do it. So in a way, I do feel like it's a hostage situation.
You know what? What is so strange? Let me throw the city under the bus real quick. Now you can catch me when I run a red light, but you can't catch a criminal when with the camera when they shooting. And
Good question.
that's ain't that something?
Good question.
First thing they said, well, that camera
They
wasn't
can
working.
argue-
The camera wasn't
They
working.
can use
Yeah.
facial recognition to catch rioters, but
Yeah.
they can't use facial recognition
Yeah,
to
they
catch
can.
contact.
See,
Mhm.
let me tell y'all a secret. Those cameras that you see up in the sky, they are there not to not to stop crime, to monitor crime. That's what they're up there for. I'm gonna tell y'all the real reason. They're up there to monitor crime. That's what they're up there for. See, people, we are being studied by the University of Chicago. They got a whole division over there where they study crime here in the city of Chicago. They have all type
Yes,
of
they do.
statistics and stuff like. I'm not being honest with you guys. Listen, do you know,
That's true.
Brother 206, if they stop crime, they would have to lay off some police officers. They would stop
More
giving
than just police officers.
yeah. Okay, we got a new caller, y'all, real quick.
They got to lay off a lot of people.
Yeah. And people are willing. Let me see what this new caller wants. 1381. Come on, caller. Last 4 digits. What is it that you want, caller?
Yeah, I want to bring something to the people. With this.
No. Let me ask you a question first before you even start talking.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. What is it that you want to see here in the city of Chicago concerning the truth? Do you want things? Are you happy the way things are here in the city of Chicago, or do you want to accept the help from the government, meaning the troops, FBI, ATF, and all those things? Then you can go and answer that. Then you can go on whatever you want to say.
Okay. Yeah. Now I'm not happy with what's going on in Chicago. Never been happy with the crime, because it's crime amongst our own people. It's killings of our own people, for the most part. We have some other races here and there, but for the most part, it's destruction of our own people. So no, I'm not happy with it. Do I want the people to come in? Yes. But I believe, now I'm going to my thing because it do go with your question. I remember when Trump first got in office the first time, and he said that he don't trust the FBI. He said they're on national TV. He don't trust the FBI. What's going on in Chicago? What's going on in Chicago? He want to send his own agents here because he ain't trust the FBI. That was his statement. Lori Lightfoot said no. And he didn't send the funds that time for the schools. But they trying to play it like, oh, this is the first time he doing this. No, this is not the first time he doing this. Mm-hmm. So the crime that they need to be investigating is what you just talked about with the cameras and things. Like why these crimes ain't being solved, why these people ain't being locked up. They also gonna come in for these migrants. I was locked up, for getting into it with the alderman. It was four migrants that was back in the cell or whatever. They let them go for their crime. Also been in the county jail. And I seen people with gun crimes and things like that. Our people, they didn't let them go. They ain't give them the no cash bail. No, they had to sit in the county till their time. A lot of these narratives is false. Well, I don't think it's gonna be, a bloodbath or nothing like that. Like our people gonna raise up against the National Guard, the FBI, nothing like that. Because for the most part, even when the regular police come around, our people get scared. They go into they hiding or whatever. For the most part, you got a few little pockets that might, if they feel that the police acting them wrong or they feel they ain't got no other choice in the matter or whatever, then they want to draw arms on the police. But for the most part, no, that's not going on. And when y'all mentioned also, let me say this last thing. When y'all mentioned too about the CTA, those federal crimes being broken. You know what I'm saying? So, them could be federal charges and things like that. Our people need to wake up and discipline themselves. because if we don't, then someone else gonna discipline us for it, and it's not gonna be nice.
I agree.
That's it, Mark.
Thank you, bro. I agree. Okay, we got another caller. People 337. Come on, caller 337.
How's it going, Martin? What I want is transparency, and also the people has to understand the National Guard. As a former military person, the Marine, there has to be some type of understanding with the National Guard on the rules of engagement. It's different here in our country as opposed to fighting somewhere overseas. The terrain would be different. If someone does something like raise a cell phone, and it's a National Guard person might think it's a actual weapon, and somebody shoots, and it will be a bloodbath. It will, but unfortunately, it will be done by friendly fire or youngsters who are in the National Guard who doesn't understand and have the right training, and also there will be more and more people who, you shoot me, I'm gonna shoot you, or I'm gonna shoot someone else. That mentality, and it's the mindset. We need to change that mindset. We have organizations like even down here in Louisiana, we had one. I don't know if you're familiar with the 100 Blacks. You get a bunch of brothers together, and you try to instill some proper understanding with the youngsters, but the money is being spent for the executive to go on trips as opposed to really taking care of business with the youngsters who need help.
And shame the devil.
You're
right.
Yeah. And even as a comic, we have comics shooting each other or being shot by just the jokes that we say on stage. You know what I mean? Before, back in the day, people could take a joke. Now I got to tell the people, look, give me my money. I'm not going to deal with a heckler. I'll do my jokes and I'm going home. You know what I mean? Because, some people just can't. It's unfortunate. But I'll try to land my plane next after saying this. When I was down in New Orleans, I was former New Orleans, the military came down for Katrina. General Henry was telling the National Guard, put your weapons down. They had their weapons out. Most of the crime and the looting was done by the New Orleans Police Department, stealing cars and stuff and taking ATM machines and stuff like that. I saw it with my own eyes. You know what I mean? So the National Guard, and I'm not trying to make it in light of the National Guard, but they have to have the training, and they don't have that particular training. What are they going to do? Just tell somebody or call somebody and say, hey, they're stealing over there. If their weapons are loaded, they're going to shoot. You know what I mean? And it's that adrenaline flowing. A lot of folks don't. If you're not in the former military, a lot of people don't understand. You shoot, but you got to know what you're shooting at, why, what reason you have for shooting, and so on. So I want it to be to where nothing really happens in a major way, a bloodbath. I want that, but that's not going to happen. Something's going to happen to where some innocents going to be shot and killed because of the National Guard and the ATF agents, the FBI. All of these people don't communicate very well. They don't. It's egos and it's corruption and it's the leadership. The leadership has to understand, what's going to happen if you have a group of soldiers on one side and they're not communicating or correctly, whether it be electronically or whether it be by whatever, to say, take these orders, and if this happened, you do this. If this happened, you do that. There's no rules of engagement. Trust me, there isn't. It's going to happen.
My comedian friend, how you doing? No. I just want to ask you a real question because I got two callers anyway out there. I just want to ask you a question. Have you been following in Washington, D.C.? They haven't had any shootings.
Yes.
Haven't had none. So far, I think they've been over at least 15 to 20 days or something like that. No murders or no anything like that. The carjackings are down 87%. Now, that is a Democratic Republican. I mean, District of Columbia. I guess that little district is really not a city, but, what it is. So what I'm saying is, if we can get the same thing, the same response that Washington, D.C. is getting right now, I think that would be perfect. Imagine here in the city of Chicago, you've been here many a times, that you have a straight 30 days, no one have to go to the morgue and identify their child through gunshot violence. That would be amazing for us, brother.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yes, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be amazing. But if you really think about it, think of who we have in office, how corrupt they are. And I'm a Democrat.
Okay, me too.
I agree with some Republicans. But what I'm trying to say is, okay. Yes, go ahead.
Let me just say this. Listen, brother. Listen.
Uh-huh.
I tell people, we accept government assistance. We want their money, but we don't want them to tell us what to do with it. We want money. We want their money. And it's almost like a man dating a woman. He looking out for her, paying her rent, paying with a bill, but guess what? You can't say nothing to my children. So if we accepting government funding from the government, federal funds, they should have a say-so in what we're doing here in our city, in our state, period. That's how it should work, period. You can't go in no military and with your civilian tell them what you ain't gonna do. They're gonna strip you of all your civilian ways and build you up the way they want to have you. And you know more so than I do because you're a veteran, you know. So you can't, listen, even with these non-for-profit grants, if you want to continue to get funding, this is what we require for you all to do. Now, I'm not against grants. I'm working on a grant right now. It's not my grant, but we have a goal to meet. And if we don't meet them goals, they will not renew our grant funding. So yes, we got federal grants, but it's some rules that we have to abide by if we want to continue to get that funding. So I'm telling Illinois, listen, until we be independent of the government, they're going to have a say so what we do here. They're going to have a say. Like it, love it, disagree with it, right or wrong, Republican, listen, we ain't never had a president that liked us. Never.
I agree with you. I agree with you. What I tried to do here is get a boot camp program started, similar to the Marine Corps, the Young Marine program, but it's the political folks who are stopping it because of liability issues. There's liability issues dealing with at-risk youth, I say from 13 to 18. If they're on the streets and they're not in school, send them to us and we'll put them in the drill program. But the judges are coming up with things like, well, we can't do that because we can't force them to do that. Years ago, back in the late 60s, either you go to jail or you go in the military. You know what I mean? But it's not like that now, you know, and if the parents or the mommies and the grandparents or whatever are protecting the youth, and the youth are running the house now, you know, because they get this little money, they get their little, and they're doing things against the grain, so to speak. Hell, I remember we used to drink out the water faucet, all the rubber hose. Now people want drink out of water bottles, you know what I mean? And you know, so it's just different. Okay. And I say that not to be funny, but to just say things have changed so much. You can't discipline the kids. I used to get a butt whipping from school all the way home from different people who I didn't even know, but they heard about something, and then when I got home, I really got a real butt whipping. You know what I mean? So you know, so it's the mindset. Okay. And how do you change that mindset? Then you got preachers who are preaching, making money off of the word, so to speak, and doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. They talking out of both sides of their mouths. You got teachers who can't teach because the kids are, you know, they can't discipline the kids in their classroom. You know what I mean? So it's so forth and so on. But again, I agree with what most of the callers are saying. And by the way,
I got two more callers, brother. I got two more calls. You can't tell it all. Let's save some for the other people. Okay. All right, caller. Thank you for holding 0350.
You're welcome.
The last four digits.
Hi.
Thank you for holding. Thank you for holding. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hold on. My phone. Oh, my phone hung up. Hold on, people. She's still talking. I can't hear nothing. My phone hung up. Hold on, ma'am.
Hey, caller.
My phone hung up, y'all. I'm sorry.
Live.
She gonna have to start all over.
Unedited broadcast. Just before you speak, please turn down all your audio.
She was going at it, but I wish I could hear what she's saying.
And do not have us on speakerphone.
Hold on, ma'am.
We don't have echo, and we'll be with you shortly. Thank you so much.
At the tone, please record your name for announcement.
I got disconnected. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, caller. 0350. I need you to start all over because I got disconnected. I couldn't hear nothing you said. As soon as you started to speak, it just disconnected. So we couldn't hear anything that you said. So I need you to start over. I'm so sorry. 0350. Start all over for me. Okay. Thank you. Go ahead.
I want to say I sat back and I listened today, and I wanted to hear how people were feeling about the National Guard coming into Chicago. Me personally, being Black in America, I need those alphabet agencies stopping me on the street, or I'm not volunteering for that kind of pressure that they put you under. But I do realize the people are tired. These children have been out of control for a long time. They're raising children that are going to be out of control for a long time. But this does not fix any of our long-term issues. Our children are still being undereducated. Our children are not being prepared for the job market. Our children, even in Chicago, these minimum wage jobs do not pay you enough to keep a roof over your head. So their parents are gone all day trying to make some money, and they don't have the time to raise their children. It takes 2 or 3 people in a household with a paycheck to live decent in Chicago. I just don't see this.
Ma'am, let me ask you a question. Are you satisfied the way things are going right now in Chicago, all over, not just Chicago, with the crime? Are you satisfied with what's going on?
No, I am not.
So you're not? Okay. So are you willing to allow a change to come? It may not fit what you think it is, but something has to be done. Something has to be done.
I understand, and I really believe something needs to be done, but I think this is a show from a showman, and you might get 30 days of peace, but I don't think this fixes the long-term issues.
Okay.
They're not just Chicago issues.
Now, hold it right there. If we can get 30 days, if I can stop some tears of some mothers, some fathers, some uncles, some grandmothers from going into the morgue and not to have to identify their loved ones, I'll take that 30 days. I'll take it, sister. Trust me. I will take it. 30 days here in the city of Chicago, I will take that. I will take it. Now, you're probably right. It may be a short temporary fix. Until then, we can get our game plan going. Maybe we'll come up with a strategy, like Dr. Sanders was saying earlier, in those 30 days. So that's what I'm saying. I'll take 30 days for any parent. I don't know if you ever lost a loved one to gunshot violence, but if you talk to one of them parents, they'll tell you this pain that we're experiencing. I don't wish this on my worstest enemy.
I can believe that, Martin. And no, I have not as of yet lost anybody.
Thank God.
But I can imagine the hurt that they feel. And it's not anything I want to experience myself.
Thank God. I'm not trying to jump down on you or nothing like that, ma'am. I'm just trying to get you to think. So I don't want you to. Okay. I just want to let you know.
Both sides.
And same way with me.
I want us to realize that even if we do this, it's not we don't have a long-term solution.
But can't we make a solution in these 30 days? Because it might even, listen, I'm going to say this. It might even take a few people getting killed. I hate to say that. Just for us to get some peace.
Okay, in these 30 days, we go give our teenagers somewhere safe to go. In these 30 days,
well, that's the parents.
We go change the school system.
Listen,
How
that's
about
the parents.
going in the house, talking to their parents?
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. Before I start talking today, I said, mothers, get your sons and get your daughters, because it might not be too pretty when these people come to town, and they're coming. Get them. I don't want to see no black child laid out stretching the casket. I don't want to see that. I'm tired of looking at that. Tired of it. But what I do want to see, I want to see your sons, your daughters, my son, daughter, be able to go to school, and we ain't got to be sitting by the phone worried about this. Is this going to be the phone call that they tell us that our daughters and sons have been shot? I have a daughter that go to public school, so I have a concern too as well. She gets on the bus, so it's a concern, and she's a female, so I'm concerned too as well. Like a lot of these parents. I don't want nothing to happen to my daughter. She might not be directly involved in what's going on and get shot or whatever. God forbid. But go ahead, my sister. 0350. Go ahead. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead.
I understand exactly what you mean. My son, I don't have any grandkids yet, but I've got a young man running out there going to work every day. And every time he leaves my front door, I worry about him.
See?
And I worry about him until he come back home. We have a system that we got made up where if you're not coming, you got to send a text just so I'm not worried about you.
See?
But I hate living like that. But those are some of the adjustments that I've had to make, just like that talk you have with your children about driving while black. Or you have to teach your kids how to drive, go outside in the city of Chicago. Don't keep all your money in one pocket. Don't be in this crowd. If they hanging out over there, you walk on that side. It's a whole thing about how to raise a kid in Chicago and keep them safe. It's a full-time job. You can't just have a baby and bring it to the city.
Imagine.
You got to follow it through everything.
Imagine your son for 30 days. Don't have to worry about gunshot violence. It's tight. And imagine the sleep that you'll get knowing that, hey, we got a curve on crime for at least 30 days or 10 days or 5 days, whatever. You probably can get some sleep. And I know how I feel.
You know what? I will get some sleep, but I'm not the kind of person that is happy with short term.
Well, let me tell you this. Just in that short term, at least you know your son will be living and not worry about gunshot violence in that short term. In that short term. I'll take some oatmeal better than no meal. Something beats nothing. I'm just trying to get you to think a certain way. Now I don't have to convince you. You could think, but I had this podcast for us to the community to express ourselves, how we really feel that there's a genuine concern about crime in our community. And trust me, ain't too many white folks coming in our community shooting up nobody. Ain't too many of them.
That's right.
So I got to tell the truth, shame the devil.
Killing each other.
Yeah.
White folks are killing white folks.
We know that, but right now I'm talking about the black community. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Listen, I said it early. I don't know if you was on here. I said my concern right now is the black community, our family. I'm selfish tonight. I ain't worried about the immigrants. I'm worried about us. Us.
Martin, can I respond after?
Yeah, I got another call at 252. Okay, ma'am. You done? Because he want to make, because I got one more thing. Okay, come on.
And
Come
I'll
on.
let it go.
Come on.
My other concern about the black community is none of those alphabet agencies, they all taught to look at us as criminals.
Okay.
And they might help in one way and they can hurt in another.
Of course.
So I'm going to leave it right there. And I don't like that we need them. I don't like it either. Need them, but I don't like that we do.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, if you don't like it, well, just live. You don't like it, it's okay. And that means they tell me that you're happy with the way things are going on now. That's what that tells me.
No, that's not what I said.
Now, I know it, but I'm just saying. You said you don't like. We don't need them, but we listen. That means you happy. You satisfied the way things are going right now. Is that what you saying?
No,
No, that
that's
I
not
never
what she
said
said.
that.
I know
No,
what
that's
she
not what
said.
she's saying.
I know what she
No,
said.
I never said that.
I know what she
no,
said.
what I said was, I hate that we need them.
Why would you
There
hate
you
that?
go.
Well, I mean,
Look,
Because
Mark, she like you. She
white
see
folks
both
never
sides,
did us
just like
no
you.
good.
yeah.
I hate it.
And
You see both
the
sides.
generation I was brought up in, we were taught, we gonna train you at home so the white man don't train you outside.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
we don't have that generation anymore.
That's over with.
No, we still here. We just not doing our job.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Bill, come on, Bill.
We identify the problem. We identify the problem with no solution.
Okay, Bill, come on real quick. Then I'm gonna go to 252.
I wanna address.
Hurry up, Bill. Don't make it too long now. Don't make it too long. Okay, we got 252, two more callers. Go ahead. All right.
About it not being long term. It being short term gives us a template that it can happen. It won't be no killing, no hijacking. If it's 1 week, 3 weeks, or whatever, and that same data we can take back, not just amongst the older people, but to young people, to let them know that this can be done. And it's on them. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. Come on, 252. 252, thank you. So are you happy, 252? Are you happy with the way things are being presently going right now? I'm asking you.
You mean in Chicago or
all over, period. Just crime, period, in these black areas. I know you probably don't live in some of these areas, but period. What you see, are you happy?
crime is in, I'm not happy about anything in any of the cities. It's no surprise that I don't agree with you on your outlook and your prospect of how this can be managed and to be managed for long term.
I didn't say it could be managed for long term. I did not say that. I did not say that.
I mean, but that's what you didn't have to say.
No.
You and just by what
No,
no,
Doc.
Like,
no, no.
way,
Are you gonna let me talk? Are you gonna let me talk? Are you gonna let me talk on my show? Are you gonna let me talk on my show? Are you gonna let me talk on my show? Okay.
Well, I am.
All right. Okay. I'm not Jedediah now. I don't do mess. I don't do mess.
No.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. This ain't that. This ain't that.
The other lady was talking.
Okay, this ain't that. This ain't that. Okay, listen. If you don't like what's being said on here, you're welcome to hang up. That's all I'm saying. I give everybody a chance to express themselves. You never have to agree with Martin Johnson. Everybody on this panel do not agree with what I'm saying. A lot of people don't agree. That's okay. I don't have a problem with that. We all have a freedom of expression on this live. And we're not going to do no mess, and we're going to respect each other's opinion, whether we agree with it or not. That's all I'm saying. Okay? We've been going smooth tonight. We ain't had no mess on here. Ain't nobody cuss each other out, none of that. With no name calling. Period. So don't bring that over here. I'm just telling you, I don't want it. I'd rather have two people on here watching this live than have all that confusion, because this is not that. But anyway, go ahead, 252. Not at all. Go ahead, 252.
Is she finished?
No, she's not finished. 252. Go ahead. She never really got started, so I'm gonna go ahead and give her a chance to express herself. Go ahead, 252.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if that was for me or for her.
I don't know who is for whoever. Who is for whoever. Okay.
Well, if you'll let me get it out.
Okay, go ahead.
You ask me. I'll tell you how I feel about it.
Okay.
I don't like crime in any city. I have crime in my city, and just on the outlook. I mean, just looking at from DC to Chicago, I would never come in and question how you look at crime, because you are in there and you see it and you see the effects of it. My position on how it started was in DC and why it started and who started it. And when I say I'm looking at something that's short-term effects, I mean, putting a Band-Aid on something that is short-term and you really want a long-term outcome on it, and you want it to be something that you can build upon, that it's not just going to go away in 30 days. Trump came in with the idea of bringing in the military, and we have this thing in this country called Posse Tomakata. That means in peacetime that the president is not allowed to bring in troops and federal law enforcement if there's not a need for it. And I think the problem with DC and Chicago and all these other areas where crime is dropped is that he's not working with the governors and the mayors and the cities to do something effectively. And how he started this was because a Doge kid was beat up in Washington. He said, well, I'm going to bring in the National Guard because this kid was a whiz kid in Doge, and we're going to bring in the National Guard. That's not how you attack crime. If he was in these, I mean, you know, like the places that really need it, Indiana, Mississippi, Louisiana, all of those places, I think there's a need for that type of, I won't say National Guard, because like the gentleman said, the military and the National Guard, they don't have arrest powers when they come in there. They come in there, they're picking up trash in the wharf. I have friends in D.C. who say that when they first got there, you know, the tensions were very high. And that's because there was no planning. They came in because Trump said, go get them, the crime is high, I want it to stop. For him, I don't see why we don't see as a people that Trump at this point, he's planning on running a third term. And his plight now is to see how far he can push this, to see how far he can go unchecked. Now, whether he's talking about martial law, as he and Bannon talked about a couple of weeks ago on CPAC, that this is how he's going to get his third term, and putting these troops in these cities to curb violence is to see that if that net effect will work for him long term. I believe that has a big part of it. But if you want to go into cities like Chicago, and I hate the crime rate that's there, I know it's high in Louisiana, he needs to go to the places that really need it, and he needs to have a strategy on how best to get it done. But this is not about him trying to curb crime or carjacking. Carjackings are down 47% in DC. When you got the National Guard out, of course you're going to have crime dropping with carjacking. But what happens when they leave? They just leave. He has no plan in place to keep whatever is going on there, other than having a presence on the street, to keep them out. And I don't understand why long term we're not thinking like that, and why he's doing it and how he's doing it. That's my thing. So if there's a need for it, because I know a city in North Carolina that's very small and the crime rate is out of the wazoo. I wish the National Guard would go there, but I don't think you should come to North Carolina or any other state and do it effectively. And you talk with the officials that are on the ground who have knowledge about the people in their city that can help and aid you in a long-term effect and strategy. There's nothing wrong with that. 30 days out, yes, that would be great for any parent living in your city. But what's going to happen after 30 days? What's the net effect of that? Nothing. They just leave. And it's how he's doing it. It's always how he's doing it and why he's doing it that people have such a big problem with. That's my issue.
Okay. Anybody want to comment on what she said?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
Martin.
I want to comment.
Hold on, Bill. Let me straighten her out real quick. Is this your first time on this show, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
We do things in decent order. I am the host. My name is Martin Johnson. Okay, I promise you, if you be a little patient, I will come to you and I give you all the time you need to talk. Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah. If she's been listening to you today or any other time, you've been, and the people on this panel have been trying to come up from SARS to 206 to Mama Doors. Everybody have been talking about a solution before Trump even got back into office again.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that that he's going to send the troops or whatever. But we've been trying to find a solution before he even got back in office. And I hate when our people start just getting into the political part of it. Well, that man is who he is. it's political in both sides. Don't mean us no good. That man know he cannot run for a third term. He cannot take over.
I won't even get into that.
Hold on. I heard. This is something that I heard from somebody. The man stood up and said, after this term, he's aware that he's not going to be the president. But it's fear mongering. Oh my God! Okay. It is when you afflict your fear of something that's not reality.
It's not your reality, Bill. We can move on. We're not going to agree on that. I'm talking about what he's trying to do, the net effect of what he's doing, having the National Guard and the federal troops on the ground. What's going to happen after the 30 days? It's what is he doing?
What's going to happen after the 30 days? What's going to happen after the 30 days, ma'am? Is that we going to have to, as people, step up. We will have a template that says this. There don't have to be no. That's what we're talking about. We don't. There hasn't been a 30-day period, a 10-day period where there wasn't a murder or a shooting.
I get that, but we
will have one. That's something to work with.
He's not working with federal officials to do that.
Let him get his point out, just like he did for you. Let him get his point out.
I know that. I've talked to Bill enough. I know that.
All right. Okay, y'all. Let me go to this new caller because let's see what she has to say. 0216. What is it that you have to say? Last 4 digits of your phone number. Hi.
Oh, okay. Hi, Martin. This is my first time. I don't know how I got to your show. I don't know how I called. I got a new phone and it just popped up. I think it was meant for me to be on the show.
Okay. Now, can I tell you the rules how we do things over here real quick before we get feisty with each other? We try to speak at, we try not to cut each other off. Now, we do have Democrats on this live and we do have Republicans. I mean, they devout Republicans and devout Democrats. So this is a place you still could express your political views. I don't care. I don't mind. You don't have to agree with me. I don't have all the answers. We all have an opinion. I have an opinion. You have one. So as all other guests on here have an opinion. So the question before you start talking, I just want to ask you this one question. Are you happy the way things are going right now in these high crime areas, such as Chicago, Baltimore, New York, wherever you may be? Are you happy the way things are going now? Are you satisfied with it? And that's what I want to ask. With the crime I'm talking about.
No, I am not.
Okay. Now you go on with your thing.
In any way.
Go ahead.
Okay. I agree with so many things, so many points that you have spoken on earlier. From what I've heard, I have been expressing it to my friends, Black, white, Hispanic, whatever. And, the thing, I think the National Guard should come into Chicago. I'm a prior military person myself. And I think the police hands are tied. They can only do so much in Chicago. And we need no one has any ideas of what to do with these kids nowadays. We need some new ideas. If you don't like that idea, give something else. Now, President Trump, I'm not a big fan of his, but he tries different things. He go against the grain. He throws out ideas and he makes them happen. I don't think he really know what the rules are. That's just my opinion.
I might agree with you on that one.
He's open and he tries, But if the Democrats disagree, counteract what he says. Just like if he says bring in the National Guard, I think the governor should say, Mr. President, you're right. We'll do that. We'll try this. Because if the governor brings the troops in, he can conform them and have them work the way he wants them to instead of the way the president wants them to. You see what I'm saying? I think that our churches and our community organizations, instead of working, we have so many churches in Chicago. One time I was working, we counted the churches between Austin and Cicero Avenue, and it was like 500. It was a ridiculous number. Ridiculous at that time. This was many years ago. But they need to come together. We have too many churches, and everybody's working individually. They won't work together. And these kids are paying attention that we're not working together. It's them against us, basically. And they are the stronger and the white. They're smart. They know what the law is. They know what their rights are. Every time we do something, Kim Fox tried to do some things to help the Black community. Every time they do something, the criminal, our kids, come right behind and say, hey, you can't do that. I know the law. You can't do that. They were talking to the police like they were nothing. It didn't matter. So I have so much to say.
Go ahead. Keep talking. I haven't stopped you.
Back to the family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it goes back to the family and in the homes. When you bring a child up with respect in the home, you got a good child. But if you don't, and the judges keep letting these kids break the law and keep sending them back to the parents that don't have no control in the home anyway. That's the reason I said, maybe if the military came in, maybe we could turn around some of these kids. Maybe they say, hey, maybe I want to join the police department. Maybe I want to join the military. Giving them some options when they see it, hands on boots on the ground. When they see it working and in action, we might get some of those kids to take pride in their communities and start doing some things. But keep telling the government keeps saying, we need jobs in the community. We need schools in the community. Yet our kids don't want to work those jobs. They don't want to go to school. They want to hang out, play video games, get high, and go do crimes. That's the realization.
Okay.
That's about
it. Okay. Thank you for your comment. I want to ask you a question real quick. So
sure.
You are in agreement with the National Guards coming here in the city of Chicago. You are in agreement with that, are you?
Big time.
Oh, okay.
I wish I could join again.
Okay. Well, let me just say this. Me personally, I'm just wishing the best. As I said earlier, we take federal funding here in the state of Illinois, city of Chicago, but we don't want them to come in and help us to do anything. And believe me, it might be a political stunt. And 252, I understand that. But I think it's more so that they can get in here and by us being a sanctuary city, not just a crime, but I believe they want to get after the immigrants. But that's not my concern tonight. My concern is us tonight, our young men. That's my concern. That's my concern.
And women.
And women too. And women too as well. And so it might be a political stunt. I mean, he's a politician. That's what they do. They pull stunts and they do different things, and that's what works for them. But what can we get out of this? The Black community.
Can I add one more thing, Mr. Johnson? Can I add one more thing?
Okay, go ahead. One more thing. Go ahead.
Oh no, not again.
Go ahead.
Okay. Also, I think that in our community, they should start sending our kids. Japan has a program where they send their kids to the military for 2 years. 2 years, okay? Because some of these homes are just not going to work. We need to start finding out what these kids are interested in, how to make them viable citizens for themselves, have respect for themselves and the community. And it's just not working where these parents, some of these parents are not just producing viable citizens. I mean, that's just the realization. Put them in the military, all kids, Black, whites, Jews, Gentiles, gay,
no,
whatever.
We worry about our folks now. We ain't worried about everybody else right now. We worry about Black folks.
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying to make it fair.
We ain't gonna make it fair. We think we've been selfish tonight. I'm George Blake and my George Blake boy.
I'm with you on that too. I'm with you on that too. I'm just trying to cover it.
No. We listen.
Mark, can I ask Bill a question?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Bill, wouldn't you think that, or wouldn't you prefer, let's put it that way, if the National Guard are going to hit the ground running in Chicago or the feds, whoever, all the people that are in DC, wouldn't you think don't you think it would be a better idea if they would coordinate with, and I get this, Victor said he didn't want them there or whatever, They feel that there's a need for them elsewhere in other cities where the crime rate is higher, like the two that I mentioned. Don't you think that it would be better long term that they have those conversations? Because what scares me is that they go into places like they did in DC. And of course, the conversations, idled a little bit after they got in there, but things were heightened at some point. That they go in there and in a place like Chicago, where the gangs and that sort of things are very prevalent, that somebody gets killed or they kill one of them. Something, the worst happens on either side. And then there will be all-out war. And there will be our kids that will be on the front line that will get hurt, or some of our people, innocent people. I just don't like the way that it's been done.
What's the question?
If they have a plan of action.
What's the question?
Don't you think that would be better?
Okay.
And they're not doing that.
I want to answer that, Bill. You can. I want to answer that. Now, let me just say something. First of all, you know that we are a sanctuary city. We know that Trump wanted to come in here and get all the immigrants out. The ones that's committing crime or here illegally. We know that. Okay, somebody got to put your phone on mute. Okay, and we know that. So what I'm saying is, I agree with you, Doc, that it would have been better if they can all sit down and strategize together. But you got to remember, this is sanctuary city, and they know Trump got eyes on the immigrants. And the immigrants are not my concern tonight, but I just want to put it out there. They're really not. I'm just being honest with you. I'm worried about our people. And when I say our people that was born and raised here in the United States. Not even the Haitians and the Belize. I'm not even worried about them right now. I'm just worried about our people. I'm saying is, you are correct. They could strategize. But in this case, they're not willing to talk with Trump. I'm quite sure Trump wanted to reach out with them and all that. They didn't want to work. So even the Chicago police, they have power to tell the Chicago police, you guys have to stand down when these troops come in here. Don't assist them. And that's what they told them if the ICE came in here. So that's already a fraction. Trump is a Republican. This is a Democratic state. I am a registered Democrat. So, it's always going to be some friction there. It's always going to be some friction there. So you're right. It would have been much better. But Trump is flexing his authority, his white supremacist thing. We see it. We all see it. It's no secret. It's no secret. And I'm not a big fan of Trump, but I do agree with some of his things that he say. Not everything, but you're right. But J.B. Pritzker and Mayor Brandon are not willing to negotiate or sit down and talk with the president about the troops coming inside here. So that's on them. But they want hold on. They want the federal money from the government, but they don't want to sit down and talk to him. So now what if this man,
I think it's just a risk.
I'm just saying, what if the president decided to withhold money, which is probably against the law for the state of Illinois?
Well, he's already done that.
Yeah.
He's already done that.
Yeah. So
he's
it's friction.
for the crime fighting efforts there.
Right. So
because you are sanctuary city.
Right. Because we are that. So
but if the target is crime, wouldn't that not, because you said we were focusing on our people.
Right.
So if they came in and said our target is crime, I don't see how that's such a hard sell for the governor and the mayor. If it's crime, if it's just being those targeted areas.
Well, come on now. They know Trump gonna get in here, but they don't want Trump to snatch them immigrants out here either because it's sanctuary city.
I mean, but
so that's gonna go with terrorists.
If that's the goal, then they don't have to worry about the immigrants because ICE is there for the immigrants.
Right.
So
but ICE is coming here with them as well. ICE, FBI, ATF is along with the National Guards and the U.S. Marshals. They all are coming as one group, as one. Yeah.
But if it's targeted, then that cuts out on what's going on in D.C. and what's going on in Chicago still with the ICE thing. But I just think if it's targeted, then it could work. I mean, I think you guys need the help. I think Indiana needs the help. I know Louisiana needs help.
Well, I tell you what. I know you don't live here in the city of Chicago, but I tell you what, it's not a good feeling when you're a homeowner and you struggle to pay for your mortgage and you're afraid to come outside because people on the block selling drugs. I know. Listen, you get on the red line, I call it the blood line, and ride the train down to your place of business or where you work at, a place of employment, you got to hear loud, we rocks, whatever. I mean, that's just not. That's Marcus. Let me get it. That's not a good feeling. And I'm quite sure you see the
If they
videos.
were to do that, if Trump were to do that in all of the cities, if he was really serious about, curbing violence and making cities safe, then he'd do it everywhere. He wouldn't just target blue cities and sanctuary cities.
Well,
that would make the process a lot easier, and people would be more willing and accepting of it.
And I agree with you.
Really
but Indiana is a red state, but he's targeting that too as well.
I know.
So he is.
He said he wasn't going to Indiana.
Yeah, well, I was on his list. Yeah, and he might not even. He might not even come to Chicago. It's still no guarantee. It's on the map.
I thought they were on their way.
Yeah, well,
I thought they were on their way.
Hey, it might not come.
I wish you guys luck. I do. Yeah. I hate that more.
Well, I tell you what, 252, I am not happy to what's going on with the crime situation. Yes, crime is down comparing to last year around this time. I'll say that. But I will say this. I am not satisfied what I see here in the city of Chicago. We got another call. He just called back 1381. Come on, caller. 13. Thank you for holding.
Yeah. I want to say this too. Majority of the arrests in D.C. was migrants.
Okay, that's a good point.
Okay.
That's good. That's good news.
That's good news.
So
they don't have that out yet. How did you get that?
But in Chicago.
How did you get that information, my bro? Yeah. How did you get that information? That's good news.
The mayor said they don't have it out yet.
Yeah, it's out. I pay attention to the news. I look at stats. I research, etc. And I speak from experience, things I see, I live, etc. So that's how I know. But the most of them was migrants. So when they come here, that's why the Democratic Party here, everybody keep getting these speeches and press conference, etc. Because they don't want them going after the migrants. Yeah, listen to the language they speak. But it will be what you can call casualty of wars, because where are the migrants in our neighborhoods? You see, the migrants in our neighborhood. So it going either way it go, it's gonna affect us as a people. Either way across the planet, it's gonna affect us as a people. It's gonna be people of our race that go to jail, etc. Whatever they gonna do, or however they gonna do it. But I think that's just a way of getting in and getting the migrants. Because if these politicians cared, then when the 5-year-old child got shot, when the seniors got shot, etc., what people done said over the last few days on your show, Mark, they have been making them press conferences concerning them issues.
Tell
they
the
don't
truth
care about us.
And shame the devil.
They don't care about us. They'll be addressing them issues. They'll be doing other things. They want money for the police. The police fight for their labor rights, etc. You know what I'm saying? But where the funds from the police that's going into our communities, where these community centers, where these outreach programs, etc. Not the 501c3s that, hey, they just, most of them just doing it for the money. That's why you ain't seeing no progress in it, because you got to be sincere hard when you for the people. So however it's going to go, it's going to go. That's why I say we just need to discipline ourselves, love each other, respect each other. And a lot of these children, we got to go boots on the ground, because a lot of these children, they don't even know this going on. I talk to the youth. They don't even know. I talk to even working people on the train. They don't even know nothing about it. Like, they ain't even watching the news. Like, for real, they don't even know that this is going on. So, and Chicago is a different place than a lot of places, as we know, when it comes to police, FBI, etc. But it never be a good thing for our people.
Okay. The floor is open now. Anybody can talk. The floor is open. It's open.
Well, Mark,
Hey, Martin, this Sarge. Let me get this one point out.
Come on, Sarge.
Remember Robert Sandoval?
Okay.
Yummy, the 11-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, we remember.
Remember him?
Yeah, I remember.
If these politicians gave a damn about Chicago, they would have been given a damn back then, wouldn't they? That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What has changed since then? I land my plane.
Nothing. Okay, who's next?
Okay. Martin, I remember Father Fraser mentioning
Dr.
when that
Sanders.
young man, if you all remember in Inglewood, got killed. And when I reached out to him around the same time that I had the ordeal with CPS and Daniel, and I asked him, he said, I have not had any pastors come and work with me in the community. Fraser said that. Michael Fraser said that. When I heard someone earlier mention that, yes, the churches should be involved. Yes, the leaders should be involved. All pastors need to come from whatever denomination, Reformation, fellowship, or whatever, need to know how to be able to be relational to the community in order to be a part of that. That's one of the things that bothers us. He mentioned Robert Sanderford. You had the young man that got killed in the alley and the daddy was running. It's happening, but we still need to come together with a strategy.
Yes, I agree.
You got to come with something. You can't just go out there and just start shooting folks for the fun of it and say, okay, well, we're going to shoot first and ask questions later. The SWAT team did that. But it takes everybody in the community. But you got to make sure that these alderpersons are involved. And if they're not involved, vote their butts out of their office. It's simple as that.
Right. That's right.
They want the money and the title. You got work to do. Hold them accountable. And then when they don't want to be accountable, go back to the drawing board. Start getting these committee people out. When that young man, Xavier Joy, got shot and killed in the back of my door, that's an issue for me. Because I met his mother and his uncle, and they're still looking for the killer.
Okay, next.
Do it the way it's supposed to be done. All
Thank
right.
you, Dr. Sanders.
Martin,
Go ahead.
you got black people that's all over the country that say that they're using the term that they down with Trump. And I sent you a video where the young man cursed so much and he said, keep Trump name out of your mouth. See, and the ones down in Atlanta, they say, man, that Trump got him out of jail, that Trump got jobs for him, and different things. So he's tricking a lot of people into thinking that he's doing something for them. Now, so he's got them on his side. And then our young, like I said, the church is not really getting involved with Pastor Flager. Flager looks like he done led more, what you call those escapades across the city. He tried to shut down gun shops. He shut down the Dan Ryan. He did a whole lot of stuff, but nobody helped him. You see, and so unless you do an effort where everybody's on board, we just saw something here where Cracker Barrel. I'm gonna just throw this in there for good measure. It might have something to do with it, it may not. Cracker Barrel changed their logo, and the white people joined together and forced them to change it back. But they wasn't waffling where half of them was going this way and half of them going that way. They put enough pressure on them and they made them change it back. So what we have to do, we have to put the pressure where the pressure's supposed to be. You already see which way Mayor Johnson is going. Mayor Johnson said he needs to bring in programs for the people. So he said he needs mental health clinics. And his time is running out for all of that. He ain't opened out one mental health clinic. And he said that his brother had died from the mental health from it. And they said if they had a mental health clinic, my brother would be living today. He said that when he first got in office. Okay, tell me where the first mental health clinic is open at in Chicago on the corner.
I think now I could be wrong, not taking any defense. I think they opened up one on the west side, but I had an answer for you next time I come on show. One, yeah.
See, they opened up one, but the way that black people really ain't never historically really had really valued the fact that we need mental health or nothing. Some of us, we got some disturbed people in our family. That's true, but we ain't never said that we needed mental health clinics. See, but what I'm saying, he said that we need the mental health clinics. But just flat out, the people that's out there committing crime, I don't believe that's mental health. I believe that's just learned behavior. And when you start cracking down on our people, then we start to get mad. We don't like for you to crack our sons and daughters over the head and stuff. But back during the 60s, they used to hit them with the billy club. The billy club was the thing that they used to bring people under submission. But if you do it now, well, it's a horse of a different color. People start saying, well, you don't have to be that hard and so forth. So, right now, like the question goes back to what you said at the beginning. What do we really want? What do we really want?
What do you all have there in Chicago now to help deter the violence? And I know that, there was $84 million cut from the budget for crime fighting initiatives because you're sanctuary cities, but what do they have? If crime has gone down, what's in place now?
We have the
mayor,
the violence prevention programs. We have some of the churches which is involved. We have the community policing. We have mentors. We have different things that's all taking a pro. But let me just say this to you, Doc, to be real honest and transparent with you. I think I said it last night or night before last. Only in 1974, 75, we had 1,000 homicides in Chicago. In the 80s, we had 1,000. 80s had 1,000. In the 90s, we had 1,000. If not 1,000, close to 1,000, 900 and something. Never in 2000. Never in 2000. We've never had, that's been 25 years from 2000 to now, we never had 1,000 homicides. Never. So in reality, it was worse back then than it is now. It's just more younger people committing murders now. And we have social media to put it out there. But if you look at the data says that over 1,000 people was killed in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s, never in 2000. So I'm talking about homicides, people. And I'm not just talking about all crime, homicides. That's what I'm talking about.
So what do you need? What do you think is needed?
Okay, Bill. She said, okay, you go ahead because she asked a question. She said, "What do I?"
Go ahead. She can finish.
Oh, no, that was me.
What do you think is needed from the government? What do you think is needed is going to curb the violence there?
Well, we need
other than jobs. I know the socioeconomic
right. Well, our unemployment is in the 20s. Amongst 18 through 25 or something like that. So we know one of the problems is unemployment. Then we know another problem is teen pregnancy too as well because you got young mothers and stuff like that. And they're not doing a good job as being parents. And to go back with old timers, we need families. We need marriage in the culture. We need that too. You got some of our women, they love to say, I'm a single woman, I'm doing it all by myself. And I'm not going to pat you on the back because you're a single woman and you're doing it all by yourself. You didn't make the baby by yourself. So, so you're doing what you're supposed to do. So.
But what do you want from the government? If they come in, what do you want from them?
Listen, let me tell you what I want from. I want their money and I want their support. That's what I want in our community. And if our police jobs can't do a good job curbing this violence, we need some better enforcement. That's it. Not one time. Hold on. Listen. Listen. Yeah, listen. Not one time you heard me say lock them up. You didn't hear me say that. I didn't never say that because we tried that. That didn't work. We tried it. The mass incarceration that we had back in the 90s. Bill was around. He remember that. Definitely. But go ahead, Bill.
That's emasculated black man in the family.
Yeah.
We don't want that again.
No, we don't want that. Go ahead, Bill.
What do you want?
I told you what I want. I want the government money. And I want, if our police can't do the job, they're not doing a good job. Crimes are not, well, they are better with crimes because at least about 7 to 8 years ago, you had an 85% chance of getting away with murder. Now it's like 50-50. I would say it's maybe it may be 60-40. So they are solving more crimes, homicides now. They are doing that. So I do give them credit. I won't take that away from them. But we are short police here in the city of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
The number is real down.
I saw that today.
So a lot of our police is,
short, I think like 3,000.
Yeah.
3,000. I think Chicago is short.
That's
3,000.
a lot.
But
That's,
that 84 million. I'm sorry.
no, that can help. That can help. Remember, I said the money.
Well, he said he's not going to give it back to you because you're sanctuary city. So there lies the problem there.
Yeah. So that's out of our control right there. So, and a lot of these organizations, they're not doing nothing anyway. Anyway, for these violence prevention, they're not even out there. They're not effective. Some of them, and I'm just been keeping it real with you. Go ahead, Bill.
That's sad. Okay.
First of all, let's look at the issue at hand. The troops coming here is a plus. It's a win-win situation. Bottom line, if nothing happened, no crime, the crime go down, no murders or whatever, that's a win-win situation. If Pookie decide he want to jump his little tail up and challenge ATF, the National Guard, and shoot at them like he been shooting at his ops and other people been being killed. So Pookie, so rest in peace. Because that will show you who he is if he ain't got enough respect for himself and the people around him not to make a stupid move like that. Second of all, we keep making it political, and when it probably is political and way more than what people on here and other people elsewhere not being aware of, it is political. Anytime, especially if you've been following Chicago or live in Chicago, knowing that this is a sanctuary city, knowing that all aldermen are Democrats, knowing that all of the mayor and the governor is Democrat. Neither party is for us, and they're showing you in this sanctuary city where they have all the control that they don't care about the crime going down, because why would you resist them coming here? Just like the brother said, and anybody that got good sense, that Trump want to get here because he's an egomaniac and they resisted him. So he want them, he want to live up to his promise, with his campaign promise, with getting these migrants out, because they already said they wasn't going to work with him. But you got a mayor and a governor that's flat foot telling you, okay, we going to let these thousands of people in to basically replace you as a black man or a black person. We going to let them in. We don't care about Donald Trump coming in here to stop any crime, because it's been proven. You had a situation in Washington where the mayor specifically stated that the crime, it hadn't been a murder in like 8 or 10 days. So if these two people, that's the two leaders, have their agenda and ignoring when it's been black people, Jessica, Mama Doors, George, Blackmore, down at city council with countless people saying, we don't want this, we don't want the migrants here, and they still do it. What more does it take for you to see that these people are not for you? They don't care. And I mentioned this show has been about what's going to be done, what needs to be done prior to all of this happening. We know that even when Trump send the troops, if he send the troops, that it's going to take some strategy and a plan afterwards. If he don't come, it still takes a strategy and a plan. I just wish everybody open their eyes and be black before they Democrat, and be black before they Republican, and be black before they anything else, because that's all they see when they see you. That's right. All they see, and they're going to treat you that way. Look, what more do anybody from Chicago need to say? I can't speak for Baltimore and L.A., but I was born and raised here. And what I've seen since, and I was born in 1961, what I've seen vested in Lawndale, Inglewood amounts to nothing. The only money that those aldermen get involved in is when it comes to real estate mogul gentrification, and whoever they can get to donate to the coast and some turkeys so they can come out and take a picture. Other than that, they ain't got nothing for you. Right? It's only one party that's been for us. And you tell them who it is, Mark.
The Black Panther Party. That's the only party ever been for black folks.
We got to form our
Mm-hmm.
own.
That's
all I got to say.
Okay, people, y'all last comments, because I'm getting ready to get off here. It's been almost, let's see, almost 3 hours, 2 hours and 35 minutes. And I did, anybody want to say anything else? Any closing comments or anything? 206, are you still here? Say anything?
Yeah, I'm good. No, I'm listening.
Are you good? Okay. Well, I'm done. I'm just talking. Y'all know I got to get
Martin,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Is it possible that you can get some of the young gang members, people to call in so you can find out what's on their mind? You got some older people on the line and different things.
Okay.
Some of them might be saying
you're right, old time.
Got no other way out.
Do me a favor, people. If you got a gang member in your family, have them call in. Have them call in, and he's right. We want to see what they have to say as well. That's important too as well. You're right. You're right. So yeah, you're right, old time. I agree with you, because we need to hear from them too. They said if you ain't known them, go ahead, bro.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. You know, most of Chicago, whether you want to label them as gang members or whatever, most of the people in Chicago of our race want peace. You know, want peace. We just got to make it happen. We can't rely on, politicians, whether it's Trump or whatever. You know, I took a lot of heat, because of my belief in my stance going down in City Hall. Okay, so I wanted the migrants out of here because I see the long picture, and it's been coming to pass. But when Trump got into office, all them people went to the White House and all that stuff and things like that. Though I've been on front line, they intentionally not invited me to settle. Okay, but none of them went to Trump with a bill or no legislation or nothing. It's basically just went there to be a butt kissing show. They went there with nothing. And so he's not giving our people nothing. This ain't for the best interest of our people. And it's chaos, because you got to say, yes, we for it, because we want the peace. We don't want no murders and things like that. But at the same time, like one sister said, it's how it's being done as well. So, it's like the people is stuck in between a rock and a hard place. So that's why I just say, as the people, we as the people have to do something. We can't rely on that. Before Trump got in office, our food stamps was getting cut. Before Trump got in office, other murders was still basically on the same level playing field that it is now. Mass incarceration. Since these immigrants been over here in Chicago and they've been trying to keep ICE out, but a lot of our people been getting harassed by the police. So we gotta wake up as a people.
Well, wait, before you go off there, man.
Okay, come on.
Okay, now we got history. We've been taught that through the Middle Passage. Now this is important. They say that they dumped more people overboard because they didn't pass this kind of test. The teeth wasn't straight. They dumped them overboard. Now we have been hung. We are put between two horses and pulled apart. They say they have fed us the alligators. Why would we continue on a killing spree against one another when we the ones that need the relief? See, this don't make sense. Socially engineered. Too many engineers?
No,
okay.
He says socially engineered.
This is in a lot of major cities. Detroit, New Orleans. But black people are getting killed by the numbers. And it's been happening for years. But yet at the same time, we was the one that was chased down, beaten up, and all this different kind of thing. Call the N-word. We call one another the N-word. We don't want to stop using the N-word. Don King used the N-word in front of Trump the other day and had him laughing. So we have something that built up some type of resistance against being right to our own selves. Now, so we don't seem to want to break out of it because the truth is they may not have enough room for all of us, but we don't know that they don't have enough room for all of us, but we do know that people don't like us. You can look in baseball. They bring a lot of Latinos from over in Dominican Republic, and they don't go under the title as being black. They say they Latinos. They got whole baseball teams with not one black player on it, yet the people is darker than us. And the reason why they say that they don't want to be bothered with us is because they don't have to argue with us. They don't have to argue with the other players. The other players just show up and play. They don't have to argue with the white man. And all of these teams got all of these Latino players on there, and everybody is laughing and chewing gum and getting along. So I don't know what it is that we think that's going to change for us. We have to bind together from our children. We got too many idiosyncrasies, man. We talk about people having good hair. I want my child to be light-skinned. I want my child to be mixed as if what we got ain't good enough. We got all kind of hang-ups in our own race that nobody address these things in their races. So you don't see nobody addressing the issues in their race against their own people like we do.
Right.
And
Okay.
we don't even have a platform for it.
Okay,
so
old
we
time.
got to get together to where we have to stretch these things out and we have to weed out all of this stuff. We got a lot of stuff that we got to weed out before we can really, see where we at.
Okay, old time. I want to make it.
Every day.
We got a new caller. Okay, I got a text and said that no one mentioned on this show about the homeless people that got arrested in D.C. I didn't know about that, so I wanted to be transparent and put that out there. So, do anybody know about that? Let me go to this new caller too. We can come back to 8554, last four digits of your telephone number. Come on,
hey,
my
what's going on, Mark? Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir. So,
well, be transparent here.
Okay.
I live in Memphis now, just removed from Chicago, barely 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And Tennessee, the gun laws, total opposite of what's going on in Illinois. Got the same problem here in Memphis, if not worse.
Okay.
So this sounds like to me it's a behavioral people problem. And ironically, a lot of the people that live here have relatives up there in Chicago, vice versa, you know. As far as the military thing, you know, I'm kind of split with it. I don't like it, but at the same time, what alternatives are there, you know? And then once you do bring them in, how long going to stay? And once they leave, is the crime going to start up again, or is it going to stop? You know, those questions have to be thought about also, you know. Now down here, I don't know if you heard about it, but the FBI director labeled Memphis as the murder capital of the United States just within the past 2 months. And so they're trying to come up with funds now to build an FBI center here to deal with basically a new crime lab, because the crime has basically got out of control. It's the same thing that's happening up there in Chicago, just on a smaller scale down here, you know. So until people start changing their behavior, changing their mindset, as far as this crime and everything is just going to continue. And it's so bad down here. The Memphis Grizzlies play at the FedEx Forum downtown. People don't want to go to the games and stuff because they scared they're either going to get robbed or they're going to get their car broken into. And I've talked to some law enforcement people here recently, and they're saying that they're getting frustrated because they're arresting these kids and stuff, and people doing the crimes. But once they go to court, they're letting them go. No bail, anything like that. And they're right back on the streets again, doing the same thing or worse. So that's all I got to say.
Okay.
I think
I got a question, sir. Which you already said, but are you satisfied with what's going on right now? Are you willing to take another alternative? 8554. I'm talking to you. 8554. Are you satisfied what's going on in Memphis right now?
No, I'm not.
But are you willing to try something different? So that's the thing. We have to.
I mean, no, I hear what you're saying, but it's not just on me. And I'm glad you asked that question because I've talked to a lot of the pastors here recently, and they're kind of frustrated because they're trying to get some help as far as the youth, especially the younger men, and they're saying they're either scared to come out here because it's at the point now. A lot of the pastors here, they say they want to literally go out here in the streets, go in these neighborhoods and talk to these kids and see what the problem is. But they say they can't get any help from the younger people because they're too busy staying in the house on the internet and YouTube streaming all day.
So
Okay.
Martin, the gentleman that's talking, he's from Memphis?
Yes. He's originally, well, he just moved to Memphis. He said he's been there 2 years, I believe. Said, go ahead, Doc.
Okay, because I know my godbrother, Bishop William Wright, is one of the bishops there in Memphis. A lot of them there, because Mississippi has a lot of killings. You know, and that's like when I was...
Yeah, Jackson is tore up.
Oh, yeah, that's my family resides there. So that's what I want to know, because I do know that he is active in a lot of areas with, with the community. Bishop William Wright.
Okay.
You got a lot of corruption in Memphis, so the caller could probably tell you.
Hold it.
Check this out. The caller could probably tell you. There was a rap concert there. They had metal detectors, no weapons allowed in, and they shot up the concert from the inside the place because of corrupt security and corrupt police officers smuggling weapons into the gangbangers. Now, am I right or wrong?
Right. That's at FedEx Forum. That's where the Memphis Grizzlies play.
See, hey, I'm not making stuff up just to try to make myself sound special.
Yeah, you are. Listen, somebody said something. Okay, listen, I gotta go to work, y'all, in the morning. So I need to get off here.
I hear that, Mark.
I really do. I mean, it's 2:48. I've been on here. 2 hours and 48 minutes. And so listen, people. Yeah, I know. I was y'all know. But listen, I want to say something to all the panel. I thank you guys for your opinion. There's really no right and wrong answers. We all have our own opinion, well, with the way we feel, and there's nothing wrong with that, people. I see both sides. I understand both sides. So I understand if you say no and if you say yes. It's no big deal. I never try to persuade people just to think the way I think on, and I'm not that type of show. Most show you call in, if you're not saying what they want to hear, they hang up on you. I don't do that. I want this channel to be a freedom of expression. Express what you feel. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, white, black, Hispanic. It doesn't make a difference. I want to hear from the public. And that's how we learn, people. Right now, this is like a round table in a sense. We all learning. We got to figure this thing out. If we don't want these white people to be in our business, we better take care of our business, because that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Period. If you don't take care of your business, the white folks going to get in your business, period. And that's what we see here in the city of Chicago. That's what we see. We're not taking care of business. So now he want to come in here and bulldoze and run things. He want to flex his muscle because he know he got that backing, and he's going to use it. So it is what it is, people. Y'all already know what it is. It's live, uncut, unedited.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
I love it. Do you love being black people? Some of y'all don't. You get around your white friends and you be like, laughing, skinny and grinning. But I love being black, even around white people, y'all. Even around white people. I'm in love with my full lips, my broad nose, my complexion, my little kinky hair. I love it all. God didn't make no mistake when he made me. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Go in peace. Bless you. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you. All right.
All right.
All right, y'all. Thank you, Dr. Sanders. Event power to the people.
Elder Moulton.
All right. All right. Power to the people, y'all. All right.